shut up, you listen to my monkey mouth. There's a companion when you got pun on the canoa route. Hopped in a portal and got in a fight. Elias knocked him out. Bow, Naruto fighting style. Bow, UFC he tapped out. Bow, we win, we get crowned. Monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth.
Little people, like maybe not little people, short people walking around. I always like fucking project it. I'm like, is that what I look like? And I always tell my friends, like, is that what I look like when I walk around? And they're always like, no, dude, we don't. And everyone's always told me, nobody realizes how short you are till you're up close to them. There, you're like, damn, I can see your fucking scalp.
Bro, the thing that trips me out is whenever I come across men my size.
Oh, really?
And it's like, wow. Because like I see them across the store. I'm like, God damn, that's a big motherfucker. And then I'll walk up on them and I'm like,
you fucking size them up.
Like I'm like fucking an inch taller than you and got you by 40 pounds.
Like I'm a big motherfucker.
And you were like, God damn, across the store. And so it's like I can't imagine. It's actually pretty wild, bro. Being 6'3", I mean, I used to be 500 pounds. I've lost over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And bro, at 6'3", 500 pounds, you're a fucking ghost, homie. Like a ghost. No one, like, everybody at the supermarket sees you way before you see them. And they avert their gaze.
Yeah. Right?
They don't want to either be, I don't know what the motivations are. Because, like, I don't know. I see big people and I make direct, but I'm also like a fucking hawk, bro. Like, it's weird. I walk through the store. I make eye contact.
Do you, like, in, like, tall people like give each other like an acknowledgement, like, yeah, look at us, just being all big and shit.
There's definitely like some like low key camaraderie.
It's like fucking like bikers or Jeep people that wave at each other.
Well, it's one of those things too. We're like, bro, we're monkeys. We're all always sizing each other up, right? And so like the two biggest guys in the store will see each other and be like, like you're the one I'm not gonna fuck with today for sure. Yeah. But what trips me out is that, again, like, I see men my size, and I'm like, I would never, ever in a million years want to fight that human, right? But every time I go drinking downtown, someone tries to fight me.
That's weird.
Well, you go downtown, everybody's trying to fuck or fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But the point is that, like, I can't imagine how much liquid courage it takes for you to see someone like me across the bar and be like, that's the guy I'm going to fuck with today. Like, bro. You have any idea? I think that guys like that have just never really actually fucked around and found out.
They've never been hit by guys like your size.
Yeah. Like,
it's just like, they hit a lot harder. But
oh, bro, I'll hold you down. Like, I don't even need to. I'm not like a badass, right? But like, most fights you're in are against people who are untrained and shit. And like, bro.
That's why I learned how to fight.
Well, it's like, bro, I'll high crotch you. Like, literally, like, everybody goes for that headlock move. Literally grab you from behind the knee and pick your leg up over your head and drop you on your head, and then I'm on top of you and the fight's over. Like, the fight's over.
I'm pretty sure you're big enough and strong enough where you can just probably grab someone by the shoulders and force them down, right? For the most part.
Oh yeah. So I actually got into a fight with my buddy Aaron one time, and he's a big boy. He was a all district football player, guard, and he put me in a headlock, and I literally, he's kind of behind me. I literally grabbed him by the head and was able to peel him completely off me and just big brother him to the ground, just with my bench press muscles, just sit the fuck down.
I think it's funny when when I was younger and I would train and shit like regularly, people would be like, you could take that guy, right? It's like, no, he's fucking like a good couple of fucking, he's way bigger than me. Like, well, yeah, but you train. I was like, yeah, but he's naturally stronger. I had to work for like just to get it. I was like a scrawny little skateboarding kid.
People don't understand, like, whenever you try and like go to grapple and you're dealing with someone who's like that much physically larger than you. I've been manhandled. I've been manhandled by another human being, and it's terrifying, right? Like, whenever you try and do something and they can just grab your hand and move it wherever they want, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, they get wrist control and you're theirs now. You know what I'm saying? And my big ass has been in that situation. And it's like, wow, fuck this. What the fuck? You start wanting to like bite and claw and turn into an animal.
Now with your strength, now imagine how the fuck I felt like whenever I first started like doing MMA when I was 19, like, well, fucking like 12, 13 years ago now. Like when I trained actually consistently, and one of the guys on our team was 6'2", like 300 pounds and wrestled for Ohio State. They're like, yeah, go spar him. And I'm like, what? Why the fuck? And they just go, and then they'd be like, quit being a pussy. And I'm like, dude, he's fucking, and I just be like, okay, like, just dumb. Like, okay, like,
Oh,
just,
yeah, the testosterone gets to flow, and you can't lose a bet.
yeah.
Someone's-
And then the age gap as well. Like, I was 19, and he was in his late 20s, maybe 30 at least by then. And so, like, there's a difference in, like, developed strength and shit. And then, also, him having been an athlete, but it's so misleading because he had extra weight on him, but I had no idea this guy was a fucking collegiate wrestler for Ohio State. And
Oh yeah, that's wow. You're
yeah,
he got ragdolled.
and also, like, he was almost an All-American, but he got, like, again, I'm fucking, like, paraphrasing. I'm
You're recalling a conversation from a
exactly.
decade ago.
He said something along the lines of, like, he got disqualified for lifting his, like, for when he suplexed someone, his legs left, like, the floor, and you're not supposed to suplex somebody, and your legs shouldn't leave the floor. I guess he got docked points or something. So he was like,
He came that close and missed it by a fucking cunt hair over some technicality.
Exactly. Yeah, but.
And you went and wrestled this guy.
I tried. I wouldn't call it wrestling because it was just like
it's like more like getting big.
I tried to get a single leg, and he looked at me, and I was like, okay, this guy ain't moving.
Like, oh shit, he's a wall.
And I've seen him like people like grab people's like limbs off his like body, like off like try to get single legs, like grab limbs, and then just kind of like, you know how like when you get like a kid, like imagine getting your son and picking them up, like straight up, like I'm seeing him do that and like kick their legs out. Oh no. Sorry.
It's okay. Did you make a little mess?
A little mess.
Spill
my booze. But yeah, I just sweep their leg out from under them like he's playing with a kid. And he did that to me. And I've seen him do that to a bunch of little Mexicans. And oh shit, we're gonna Big Daddy it? Put newspaper. But yeah, dude. So like, and then like, just feeling like a fucking like. Someone like of that size of strength, and you're just like, okay, like we're not the same fucking person. We might not even be the same fucking species. Like, holy shit.
It's definitely a different category of human.
Yeah.
And you know what's wild is that, bro, as big as I am, like I said, there are motherfuckers out there who manhandle me, and there are motherfuckers out there who will manhandle them. Have you seen the pictures of like Francis Ngannou standing next to the professional basketball players and how he just looks like a fucking smurf?
Oh yeah. He looks
incredible.
like a fucking like a welterweight or a middleweight or something.
Bro, there are gargantuan ass motherfuckers out there who will just ruin you.
How long do you think before you start seeing that level caliber of athlete make its way into MMA?
Whenever the money's right.
It sucks. It's not.
Yeah, well, then never. If the money never comes, then never. Why would someone go and get punched in the face for a tenth of the money whenever you can put a ball in a hoop for 10 times the money?
Yeah, of course. No, I understand what keeps them from coming over.
So that's the metric. I mean, sometime in the next probably 15 years.
I was gonna say a better way to phrase that question is, when do you think the money's gonna be right?
Next 15 years, probably. Once there's going to have to be some pretty significant changes within.
You think within the next 5 to 10?
I mean, 5's probably pushing it, right? But I think 10's probably a realistic thing to hope for. I think things like Francis Ngannou going and signing with either PFL or One Championship is going to make it so that the UFC has to be more competitive with their pay and has to be more competitive with the way that they're structuring these contracts, because they're losing top talent. Like right now, John Jones is a disputed heavyweight champion because he took a championship belt from nobody, right? He won a belt that got stripped from the current champion because the current champion decided to fight the organization who's doing wrong by all the other fighters, and they literally just lost their heavyweight champion. He's going to go fight for another organization, and that's going to do nothing but bolster and validate the claims of those other organizations that they have top talent, because now no one can say that Francis Ngannou didn't leave the champion.
Do you think they should maybe add another weight class, like a super heavyweight, or just say, okay, no limit, like whatever you weigh is what you weigh? As far as I think that also is going to allow more different.
The thing about it is that, I mean, yeah, I think it'd be dope, right? But I mean, if you even look at like all those top athletes, not many of them are bigger than 265. Like LeBron James don't weigh 265. You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things where if you can be 6'10" super athlete and weigh 265, anything above, I feel like giving it a super heavyweight and a no limit weight class just encourages like freak shows and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you would get the like Yokozumas of the world,
The butter
like,
beans.
yeah, shit like that, and like I don't know, like it could be good for the sport. I'm not saying. Listen, I think there should be a bunch more weight classes. I think that it's awkward, right? That you have guys who like are championship caliber at a weight class below, but they can't make the weight, and then they're small guys at the weight class above, and so they lose any competitive advantage. Like it's not as fair as it could be, right?
Wow.
Because they're fighting guys with bigger frames. But and then again, I understand where if you inundate the sport with too many weight classes, it can kind of devalue what you've already built. And so it's one of those things where I don't know. I would love to see a cruiserweight division. I would love to see something between 205 and 265.
Yeah, like 220,
Right, like
230.
a 215 to 225 weight class. I think 225 is probably perfect. 'Cause like guys like Stipe Miocic,
Yeah.
Stipe'd be the goddamn king of cruiserweight. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And so shit like that.
John Jones probably.
John Jones. Well, anywhere. Let's be frank. Anywhere John Jones fights, John Jones is the king. And I want to settle the GOAT conversation because everybody likes to throw around like.
I thought we had this conversation the last one.
Did we? Did we? Okay.
we fucking we harped hard on this fucking.
Yeah, man. Homie's that guy. Whenever you have more championship wins than most people have, like the other guys that are in the conversation, he has more championship wins than they have wins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's at
or even fights in the UFC.
yeah. And now the main thing for me is that you can go, well, if all things are equal, right? Who would win in a head-to-head fight? And who's beating John Jones at heavyweight? Like if 265-pound John Jones walks in and decides to murder George St. Pierre with his bare hands, no one can stop that from happening. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just
Chuck
hard.
Norris.
And so it's just hard for me to go, yeah, GSP's the GOAT. He's the greatest fighter of all time, even though I have to acknowledge that he would get completely ragdolled by a middle-of-the-road guy in a heavier weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Yeah.
one of those things where if we're being really frank about who's good at what, like who's the best fighter, like the biggest, strongest guy is the one, you know?
Yeah, but the whole point of the pound for pound like rankings was because like
It's to make small guys feel good. That's the point of it.
okay, man, it was actually to just measure them by their skill.
No, it's so that so again, it's so it can be measured by skill, right? Because they have to take the physical gifts of the larger fighters out of the equation, right? It's going to be who throws a better hook, who has a better record, this and that, not who's going to fucking murder the other person if we lock them in a cage.
Like
And
in,
that
in
dilutes
John
it all
Jones'
for me.
case, it's kind of like like he's. But I mean, like in boxing, like bro, like you can't tell me Deontay Wilder's a better boxer than fucking. Okay, for instance, like Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, like he's not a better boxer than him. He's
Yes,
not a
he
better
is.
boxer than a lot of the guys in the lightweight classes.
Yes, he is. He would fucking punch their souls out of their body. They don't let that guy fight him. They don't let that guy fight because he would
skill
literally
and
kill him.
technique, like he does so much shit that
Well,
like
at the end of the day, it's a matter of what translates into effectiveness in combat. And what translates to effectiveness in combat is size.
well, Tyson Fury actually proved that wasn't necessarily the case. Well, fuck, he's bigger.
Tyson Fury, the biggest fucking guy on the roster, 6'6", 300 fucking pounds.
He beat him with skill. He
But
beat him with size.
the physical advantages were absolutely something, bro. He's able to keep Deontay Wilder at bay with a jab because he's 6'6". No one else can fucking stand outside and pick and poke at Wilder with his fucking humongous ass wingspan. Tyson Fury can because he has the fucking physical gifts to do it.
But I mean, why the fuck hasn't other people beaten like what's his name? There's people that have matched John Jones in size, but they don't beat him.
Sure, but that's why he's the GOAT, right? Because whenever you do take everything into consideration, right? He's the best, right? If you give someone the exact same physical tools as John, then he beats them with technical.
What if you had someone like DJ, like someone that could do what fucking Demetrius Johnson does at fucking light heavyweight or at heavyweight?
Then he would probably be the GOAT. But at the end of the day, like that's just a fun theoretical conversation.
But that's what pound for pound is though.
Nah. No, well, so yeah, sure. Again, it's to make the small guys feel good, right? It's so Demetrius Johnson can go, I'm the best fighter on the planet, even though there's a whole bunch of guys up the chain who would literally squeeze the life out of me.
I think more than anything, it was like guys who like practice and watch the sport and kind of, I don't know. No, what I'm gonna say sounds
bro,
very
that-
dismissive. It's gonna make me sound like an asshole. It's gonna make it sound like I'm not. It's almost implying like I'm trying to say like I'm not trying to say like you don't know what you're watching. It's not that, but I think it's like for like guys who are like purists and like okay, like there's fights that I've seen that people think are like boring fights. I'm like, nah, that was a fun technical fight.
Yeah. Same.
So
I get what you're saying. It's something that they put together so that they can respect and appreciate the work and technique that gets applied, right? I get that, but so I'm just trying. I'm not trying to have a conversation about PvP, pound for pound. I'm talking real life, like pound for pound is like a metric that they came up with, so that they could justify this conversation. But the real life of it is that
I feel like what you're saying goes without saying though. It's like, of course he would fuck him up, like duh.
Well, but that's the fucking point of the podcast is talk shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Hey,
so,
to be honest, to be fair though, like there's been times where the guy in the heavier weight classes doesn't always win. Didn't Nemkov fucking take what's his name fucking strap, and that guy was a heavyweight champ, Bader.
yeah, no shit like that happens. It definitely happens. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I'm saying that
Was that the guy's name? The guy who's the champ right now at Bellator, the heavyweight Nemkov.
I can't remember off the top. That's a good question.
But yeah, or like the Filipino dude, the guy who's supposed to be the next big thing, Brandon Vera. He was
the next big thing, Brendan Vera.
Yeah, they
that's
call
his nickname, right?
Yeah. Well, that and they like when they're like when he came into the UFC, they were hyping the shit out of him.
But he flopped it, so he had to go to another organization.
Hey man, it's a fucking tough sport.
Hey man, I ain't mad at him. He's making he went and won that strap.
I think he retired.
And is doing great. Wow, he retired?
I think so.
Good on him. Got his money, got out. Fantastic.
Yeah, but like he was, I think, champ at heavyweight, and I think he tried to get the belt at light heavyweight, and he didn't beat the guy. I forgot the guy's name, but
it's the guy from the Philippines, right? Or from Burma.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, what the fuck is his name? They call him the Python, the Boa, or whatever.
Yeah, fuck. I don't even want to try to fucking say his name. It's gonna just sound like I'm just saying.
Look it up, and I'll kind of carry the conversation.
It's
like
here and there. Non Thang or some shit like that. I forgot what the fuck.
It's some like generic fucking Asian ass name, bro.
It's like, right. It's like he's. Oh no, it's
like you just effectively called him Juan.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like
yeah,
but it's cool. But I mean, for real, it's really, really hard for me to go Demetrius Johnson is the GOAT or George St. Pierre is the GOAT whenever I know for a fact that John Jones would squeeze the life out of them with minimal effort. It's just the real life of the situation.
Yeah.
But so we have we're just gonna keep all the bullshit that we've done so far, whatever. But everybody who's tuning in, this is the UFC 286 review with Armchair Mma. It's Joshua as always. I got Noe with me. He's running Jamie. Which, side note, there's going to be some changes. Everybody who's been following along, there's going to be some changes. We're probably going to be moving out of this space here really soon. My business partner is moving on to do some different stuff. It's not my place to speak on it. I don't want to speak on it. But Elias and I are remaining good friends. I love him to bits, and I trust that he's doing what's right for him. But the studio space is probably going to be getting axed. I'm probably going to be having to work out of my home or renting, per hour space in the short term while I get things figured out. You guys have heard me bitching about it. My businesses got knocked down by a tornado and got taken out by a fire within 6 months of one another, and my money's sideways and stuff right now. So, business partner dipping out on this is putting me in a real sticky spot where I can't necessarily responsibly pay for it all right in here right now. So, if anybody hears this and wants to sponsor it, y'all give me a sponsorship. But chances are, by the time you hear this and are able to make any moves, I'll already be out of the space. But I'll still accept your money. Yeah. Cash App, motherfucker.
Money's cool.
But, bro.
I knew I was close.
What was his name?
I still can't
Let me
pronounce
see it. I'll butcher it. It's my podcast. Fuck.
But yeah, I said like Non Thang or something like that. I was thinking of the last name.
Ong Long Thong.
Yeah, it's like
Aung, Ong, Law, L-A. Second word is first word is Ong. Second word is Law, L-A. Third word is Nsang, N-S-A-N-G. And I don't know if that N is silent.
The song, yeah, because I was like Nam Thang or something like that.
I mean, bro, it's not going to roll off our tongue because the language is literally foreign.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom line. Like, bruh, we got that.
And we don't know how those what combination of letters like what sound they make.
Well, I think they did. I mean, it's Ong Wang Song. We're gonna call it that. We're gonna call him that. And he's the one who beat Vera in one championship whenever he tried to go down and unify the 205 and heavyweight strap, and who gave us some potential banter during the true GOAT conversation. But we have digressed plenty. We've bullshitted enough about all kinds of dumbass shit so far, and I do want to get us off into the 286 review. And just to start off, bro, Leon Rocky got it done. Dude's a veteran. 4 significant fouls, bruh. Those are vet moves. And you know what? Bro? I even heard him say to Herb Dean, it was Herb who was ref in the fight, right?
Right, yeah.
I even heard him say to Herb, while Herb was like trying to figure out what he was going to do with the fence grab, that I get one. He said, I get one. Like, bro, Rocky knew in his head that he was supposed to be able to get away with at least one good fence grab. And it's true, bro. It's most of the time you will, but he already had the fingers inside the glove. He already had 2 dick kicks. And
glorious dick kicks.
Probably had an eye poke in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude was doing all the vet moves. And in real life, bro, if you're in a real fight and you don't get one good dick kick in, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, homie. And Leon was definitely fucking trying.
Dick kick, you throw that in when you need a breather.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was, bro. He got 2 in the first 2 rounds. Actually, was it the third round? The third round's where he got the point taken. So he got the dick kicks in the second round, probably first or second. Either way, it also, you can do it tactically in the beginning of the fight to potentially tax someone's gas tank.
He was doing goat shit, bro. He was doing John Jones shit. That is goat shit.
It really is, bro.
That's
like getting them eye pokes in when you know you can get away with a couple.
Some Sun Tzu shit.
Dick kicks in when you know you can
get
away with a couple.
Some Miyoto Musashi shit,
bro. Big respect. And whenever he was like, I saw the panic come over his face on the broadcast whenever Herb started to grab his hand and I'm gonna take a point. He's like, bro, I get one. He's like, no, you already got you with the fucking hook in the glove, bro. That's too many. We're taking a point.
Yeah, I think he said something along the lines like it was too blatant or something.
I didn't catch what was actually said. I just know that I definitely heard and saw Rocky trying to justify it, saying, I get one.
I'm not gonna lie, I was happy that fucking Edwards won.
Yeah, me too.
I was rooting for him.
I mean,
now, did I think he was gonna win?
Nah.
No. No, dude.
Nah.
I was like, oh shit.
Nah, so I saw a stat that said that fighters in all the weight classes up to welterweight fighting in championship fights at the age of 35 or older are 2-28.
Whoa.
And then also, fighters returning to defend their belt after an immediate loss are 3-11, bro.
I saw that.
And so, bro, he had the over the hill numbers 2-28 going against him, and he had the returning to defend to get his belt back numbers working against him. And bro, he was in a very, very, very small category of potential winners if he had won.
So you said 2-23. So were those
2-28, homie?
Oh, so that was
3-11.
So was that Teixeira and what's his name? Teixeira and Couture?
So that statistic that I'm referring to was for weight classes from bantamweight to welterweight. Everything 185 and up, that all goes out the window.
Who the fuck won those 2 belts though? I'm wondering who was the 2.
Fuck, I don't know. I mean, you would maybe Jose Aldo,
maybe Cruz.
I don't know who the old heads were. It was probably back in the day, honestly. Probably some shit that went down back in the day. But I know one of the guys who got their belt back was GSP. You know what I'm saying? So that's goat shit there.
Was it an immediate rematch?
Yeah, bro. Matt Serra shocked the world. And took
yeah. That's
bro.
Right.
Matt Serra shocked the world. He wasn't supposed to fucking win. They gave that shot immediately back to GSP, bro.
So it's GSP, Nunes. Who else?
That's right. It is Nunes is the other one who did it.
And
I mean, John, if you count him getting his belt stripped from him and then going back and getting it back.
GSP, Nunes, and Brandon Figueiredo. I mean, did I just combine those 2 guys' names? It's Davis and Figueiredo.
Bro, I was going to let that slide. I didn't even catch that. Listen, those two might as well be one human at this point. I think that it's pretty effectively settled that Brendan Moreno is the better fighter at this point. Like that, I feel like
I didn't even bring, bro. I bought a fucking Mexican flag bandana at the fucking corner store when I got these beers. I should have brought it in this piece.
Bro, you saw I fucking was in here in a fucking poncho, bro. I was being festive with it, bro.
Loud and proud.
Listen, we're in Texas, bro. This is native Mexico, as far as I'm like. This was Mexico until they redrew the borders.
Until Zachary Taylor was like, "Fuck y'all." Who was the president at the time? Was it Zachary Taylor?
Well, it was a Louisiana Purchase.
No, fuck. I don't think it was.
Well, we got Texas in the Louisiana Purchase. But Texas has also been a republic. You know, that's why it's Six Flags over Texas, right? Texas has been a part of 6 nations.
Right.
Including it being its own nation.
Okay. James Polk? No, hold on. In 1845, the U.S. annexed the Republic of Texas, which had won de facto independence from Mexico in the Texas Revolution. When U.S. diplomatic efforts to establish agreement on the Texas-Mexico border to purchase Mexico's California and Mexico territories failed. Huh.
Cool. Texas politics, bro. Texas history. I don't fucking know.
Fuck.
I'm an earthling.
Oh, man. I don't know. Anyways. I think it was, I don't know if it was Polk or Tyler or who the fuck.
He's playing in a poker tournament? What are you doing in a poker tournament, Jimmy? I didn't even know you played poker. I'm going to have to take that man's money. I'm going to take that man's money.
You play poker?
Bro, I fucking take people's money any way I can. Like, if it's a matter of calculation, I got you.
Is poker a matter of calculation? I thought that game, like, the chances of winning pretty fucking arbitrary. It's like whatever cards you fucking draw.
I mean, there's only so many goddamn cards in the deck, homie.
But whatever you get is pretty, like, it's random. It's arbitrary as fuck, though.
It's one of 52 cards.
Okay. All right.
Like, homie.
I'm sure there's some skill involved. I don't know the fucking hands.
It's not even a matter of skill. It's a matter of calculation, bro. Like, fucking, wow. Yeah, bro. Listen, me and
I'm
you,
not Rain Man, bro.
Listen, man. Me and you, I'll teach you. I'll teach you some ways. Me and you can go fucking hit the casinos. We'll get some money.
Man, don't do this to me.
Bro, I exclusively win at the casino.
Don't get my hopes up, dog. I'm supposed to see a badass fucking commission check next month.
Ooh, motherfucking wee, bro. Let me go show you how to fucking spin the roulette wheel, bro.
Fuck that. Hell no.
Let me show you my roulette system, homie. But either way, none of us gave Leon his fucking credit, bro. Leon went in there, and I mean, Leon said it in his interviews. He beat the worst version of me that he was ever, or I beat him as the worst version of me that I would ever present myself as to him. You know, like that was my worst night, and I still knocked him out. And so there's no way that I'm going to come in and have my best night and lose. But, and he meant what he said and said what he meant and got that shit done. But I
feel like he was a little tentative in a lot of those exchanges.
He's like that a lot. He's always kind of a counter striker, you know. Always
he was opening the fuck up on Nate.
Towards the end of the fight.
Nah, I don't think it was towards the end of the fight. I got to rewatch the fight, but from what I remember, I felt like he was just letting his hands fly with Nate a little more and his feet. And then, but like with,
it definitely seemed like he wasn't concerned about Nate's power. You know what I'm saying? Like it was,
yeah.
Like Nate wasn't hitting him hard enough to get his respect really until that last.
Or like
minute.
even with Bilal.
I feel like that was a pretty boring fight. When did him and Bilal Muhammad never fought?
They fought, and somehow Bilal got an eye poke. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
Fuck, I do remember that. That's right. It was
and
the
he got
contest.
He got real emotional because the doc was like, "We're gonna stop." He's like, "No." Like
Yeah,
he got super
I remember
emotional.
that. That was like,
I can't. Like this is not a fight I can give up.
Yeah, that was supposed to. If he had won that fight, he would have been much closer to the fucking championship. You know what they're doing now?
It was almost like a title.
You know what they're doing now? They're giving the title shot to fucking Colby Covington.
Nah, I don't agree with that shit.
Well, the fucking Dana White said no matter what, Colby's getting the next shot. No matter what is the word. Also, and so
I don't agree with that, but whatever.
It ought to be Bilal, in my book. But either way, there's a fun conspiracy getting kicked around at this point that I can't not mention.
Go ahead. Do you have to?
What vanished in the last 5 weeks? The lawsuit between Colby and Jorge Masvidal.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And Bilal Muhammad even went so far as to say this on his social media that, and Brendan Schaub also said this on his podcast, that what seems like is most likely is that the UFC called Kobe and was like, hey, drop those charges against Jorge. We'll guarantee you a fucking title shot. Because you and him having a fucking legal fight drags out everything that we have going on with both of y'all. Right? And so you leave it alone. We're going to have Jorge fight Burns. Big fight. Everyone's going to love it. And we'll give you a fucking title shot, guaranteed. And like the problems for Jorge go away. The problems for us go away. Everything. It helps everybody except Bilal Muhammad. But, yeah, I think that's probably what happened in real life. Is they were like, hey man, these like issues, like it's a bad PR thing for the UFC to have their fighters getting into street fights, right? And like Colby was going to take that to court and drag it out, and it was going to turn into a media deal, and it was going to be a fucking bad deal for everybody. And Colby kind of low key had the UFC by the balls with that, right? Because the UFC are the same guys who had to fight the bad PR. It's human cockfighting. These guys are savages. All this and that, and so. They're always proactively and reactively guarding against that type of narrative.
Yeah.
And so, it just seems really obvious to me that this was a way that they could protect their brand. They could help one of their stars in Jorge Masvidal keep rising. And it set them up with an immediate match. And, Dana's even gone so far as to say in the past, I don't make fights after fights. I always give it some time to stew. And yet at the press conference, they're saying that it's Colby no matter what. And so it just seems like it was proactively determined, right? And with Masvidal getting his fight announced here recently, and with the conversations about the lawsuits kind of vanishing around that same time, it's like conversations about lawsuits vanished, then Jorge gets a fight, then Colby uncharacteristically gets a championship fight guaranteed to him immediately following a fight. And so, I don't know. I was taught by a trained investigator, a guy who literally worked with the FBI, to never believe in coincidence. Anytime that you see coincidence, there's human intention making it that way. You have to treat it that way because that's what's really going on, bro. This whole thing. Nothing happens by accident, bro. Everything's happening because somebody wanted it to be that way.
That never crossed my mind, to be honest, dude. I totally forgot about that lawsuit as well.
Right? That's good. They did good with that. They did good with that.
Did you hear, like, another, was there another, like, do you have I don't want to say a source, but did you hear this, like, someone else harbor kind of like the same thought and emotion about?
Well, so Bilal Muhammad literally said it on his social media. And then Brendan Schaub went and said it on the Schaub show as well. And so I'm now the third outlet that I'm aware of that has said this. But I'm certain that there are more people who are saying this shit, especially with it being kind of as obvious as it is. I mean, I feel like anybody who has ever been remotely trained or even in the proximity of trained investigators would see through this bullshit.
Yeah.
If you watched enough First 48, you would see right through this. What do you think? You think that's too juicy, or what you think?
It's not far-fetched at all.
Nah, I don't think so. Especially considering how shady Dana and them have been for forever, bro. Like, I don't know, shit. The shady dealings of the UFC.
He didn't even now that
well documented.
Now that I think about it, in the press conference, he didn't even try to make a case for Kobe. He just said, "It didn't matter, whatever, fuck it." That's what I decided.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Right. It was very like aggressively. This is the guy who's gonna be fighting, and there were no like justifications. And also, bro, like I don't know, man. Bilal has been fucking active, bro. Bilal's been out here beating asses, and Colby's been fucking gone for a year and a half, bro. Like. I don't know. I just definitely feel like he jumped the queue.
But also, it's like, why do you want that guy as your champion? You almost fucking cut him due to an activity. But I guess, like you mentioned, it has nothing to do with like.
Well, bro, this isn't a sport. This is an entertainment company.
Yeah, now it is. I don't know, man. I don't agree with it. I think, dude, it would be cool to fucking see. Well, I don't know, since he missed weight by so much. Khamzat.
Oh, I think they're letting him do 185 now. I think there's a lot of weirdness at 170, and I think he has a hard time making it. And so I think they're just gonna let that guy go fucking run the table at 185. But you know, on the subject of Bilal getting the short end of the stick, you know who they've got him fucking fighting now?
Who?
Sack Rat.
Shavkat Ramanov?
Yes, bro. Undefeated. Listen, that's gonna be his second undefeated fighter. He's gonna have to turn away.
That's fucked.
You know he had to beat fucking Sean Brady last fight.
Yeah.
Or 2 fights ago. Fucking 10-0, beast on the come up. How many fucking undefeated beasts you gonna make this man turn away before you give him that shot, bro?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. I like Bilal, man. He like does his podcasting stuff. He fucking manages his sponsors really well and makes sure that they get their shout out. He fucking does his own podcast. He does commentary for the UFC. He fights well, like, bro, he's an immigrant. Like, bro, he checks, like, all the boxes. Like, he really, really, like, it really does.
He does analyst work for the UFC?
Yeah. And, yeah.
How do I not know that?
Because everybody fucking does it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
That's the truth is that they've got a lot of guys who do it. But the bottom is he cleans up nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he takes care of his physical appearance. He speaks well. And he's got his own content creation machine going too. So it's like, man, he just checks all the boxes for me, you know. But like Leon said, man, it's that Dana White privilege up there at the UFC. You know what I'm saying? But really, I don't think it's a matter of white privilege. I think it's a matter of fucking Colby is the biggest star in that division. Colby has easily the biggest social media following and the biggest name and is going to get the biggest buys. Like, bruh, it's an entertainment.
That's crazy. People cheer the fuck out of him now. Did they? I'm almost certain I heard cheers when he came on the screen in London.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, now that Trump's out of office, right, he's not so easily hateable, right? Like, that was the thing that made everybody hate him is that he was, like, championing Trump, and everybody was mad at Trump, and so everybody was, like, mad at Colby vicariously through Trump because he was a supporter of Trump and was therefore a supporter of, like, all the shit that was going on, and you know, people were just fucking watching the news and behaving the way they were told, you know?
Yeah.
But, on the Leon Edwards and Kamaru fight, bro, I thought it was a draw. I thought it was gonna be a fucking draw. I thought that Leon won rounds 1, 4, and 5, and I felt like Kamaru won 2 and 3 with a point deduction in 3, and so I thought it was gonna be even split. That's really what I thought was gonna happen going into the decision, you know. But so with that being said, it was so close that I, in my heart, thought it was a draw going into the decision. And so if it had gone either way, I wouldn't have been real upset. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad about the decision. And, you know, I haven't gone back and watched it again, but everything that I've read and everything that I've seen and, like, looking at the stats, definitely seems like Rocky really kind of won the fight in, I don't want to say a landslide, but definitely won the fight.
Decisively.
Definitely handedly won the fight. You know what I'm saying? And his takedown defense is so fucking good, bro.
Yeah, that was smart where he focused a lot on just controlling one hand so he wasn't able to lock his hands for the takedown.
Wrist control is a motherfucker,
yeah,
bro.
I watched that shit. I'm like, dude, that's cool. I fucking
isolate a wrist. They can't lock their hands.
Yeah, like you see that and I'm like, I want to try that in training now, like with the guy who I know wrestles a lot, like or in the gym training, fucking like, you know, whenever,
I mean, bro,
like,
every fight where DC's commentating, he's saying that in order to stop the takedowns, you have to fight the wrist.
Yeah.
Every goddamn time DC's doing commentary, I hear him saying you have to fucking fight the wrist and you have to get wrist control, right? Yeah. Leon Rocky just did that shit in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't digging under hooks. He wasn't doing all other bullshit. The moment that fucking Kamaru grabbed him, he was getting control of one of his wrists so that he could not fucking clasp his hands and take him down. And I think that, I mean, come on, man. People need to be taking note. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's super, super effective.
But the thing was, I felt like after a while, he was anticipating the takedown where he wasn't letting his hands fly. But I mean,
that's what happens when you're fighting a wrestler, you know?
Yeah, but you got to be careful because then you get fucking like what Habib did. And he faked the takedown. He went with the overhand on Conor.
Yep.
And he clipped him. So that's a tricky thing. That's the thing about a wrestler. He always has that takedown is a threat.
Well, it's one of those things where it's mixed martial arts, right? Like feinting takedowns is a big part of what wrestlers do to set up their striking, right? And it is a like valid, useful, effective tactic, and like
I think Leon was just he was doing a good job at controlling the range. So it's like, well, I'm far enough where you throw a strike from feigning this. I'm
he was also doing really good at circling. Right?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah! When he was against the cage,
like he wasn't like he limited Kumaru's ability to utilize the cage as a member of his team.
Yeah,
right?
nah, his lateral movement was on point.
Circling instead of backing up, right? Like guys back up. But one of the things I always look at whenever guys are fighting is, they have that black octagon inside the octagon, right?
Yeah.
Bro, if you're worried about getting taken down, you can't be past that center octagon. Like if you're between that black octagon in the center of the octagon and the cage, that's the takedown zone, bro. That's where even if you effectively like manage it, right, they're gonna push you against the cage and they get to work from there, right? And so Leon did a really really good job of circling and managing range and managing just not even managing range, but just managing where the fight was happening in the octagon.
Which cage is the one that like is smaller? Is it the one at the Performance Center?
That's the Apex, yeah. The Apex is a 25-foot cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Ngannou fight Stipe in that cage?
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like saying, "Hey, it's a smaller cage. He doesn't have as much room to run or move."
I don't know.
Regardless, though.
Stipe wasn't running. Stipe walked into a check left hook.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's one of those things where like. Yeah, but it's like at the end of the day too, like those fighters know where the fight is set to be set, and like they can if they don't want us to be at the Apex, they can go. We want to fight for another date, or whatever, right? Like they have the right to.
I don't remember who the argument was. If it was when he fought him or when he fought DC, I'm not sure, but I remember that being the conversation like amongst me and some friends was like, oh, they're fighting in a smaller cage, and I'm not sure if it was Stipe or someone else, but somebody was fighting a wrestler, and one of my friends was like. Bringing that up, like, hey, dude, they're fighting.
It's a significant factor, bro. I mean, I've heard several guys who wrestle primarily as their primary skill set in the UFC talk about how fighting in the Apex in that smaller cage is to their benefit. Like it is to the wrestler's benefit. You have less room to back up.
You cut them off,
and then you have to circle. You have to run a tighter circle. And so it's the bottom line is. There is less real estate for you to be off that cage. And so, yeah, it's definitely to the wrestler's benefit if you're going to go fight in the Apex. And, like, it's only like a 3-foot difference. But, like, bro, 3 foot in diameter, bro, whenever it's 3 foot in every direction, that's significant. That's a lot, bro. That's like almost like half the fucking cage is gone, bro. Like, that's like the further out from the center you get, the more real estate you lose as it shrinks.
Yeah, it's like if, what would be the, in comparison, what would it be if someone said, all right, let's take a foot off the wall here or something?
It'd be like medium and large pizzas, right? Like a large pizza, if you run the math, has more pizza than 2 mediums. And so if you ever go to a place and they try and fucking give you 2 mediums instead of a large because they're out of large doughs, they're actually fucking you. You actually need to get 3 medium pizzas if you run the fucking surface area calculations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they're definitely fucking you. Every time they give you 2 mediums instead of a large, you're actually getting less pizza than you would if you were to get a single large pizza. And it doesn't seem that way, but that's because that difference, that last 3 inches on the outside, all the way around, has so much more room to it than
you hear that, ladies? No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, bro. Circumference is the deal, bro. Girth. Listen, you need that girth. I might know. I think it was Ron White, which actually, bro, me and my guys won tickets to Joe's fucking show tomorrow night.
Oh really?
Yeah, we're gonna be there. It's like one of the
mothership.
Yeah, it was one of the very first. I don't know if it's at the mothership, but I mean it's at Joe's club. I don't know what they're calling it, but
comedy mothership.
Cool. Fuck yeah. So
have you seen the fucking photos and everything of it?
No, I'm gonna walk in and see it for the first time.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to sign up for that open mic.
Bro, sign up for the open mic. Me and my guys just signed up to be on the list for to win tickets. We won tickets. We didn't even pay for them. We won tickets to go. So I have to have my guys do it because I have shit luck. If I do it, I'll never win. But if my guys do it, we're in there.
I am I apparently like they've already had Dave Chappelle there. They've had fucking Shane Gillis.
Ron White's up there opening. Ron White's
Yeah.
Like my guys are texting me right now.
I've seen her on White actually. When I like the thing is whenever you do stand up, like if you're an open micer, like you befriend the people at the clubs, the door guys will let you in. So I've been lucky where like a couple of times I've like crossed paths like at some of these clubs where I'm walking by and like downtown and I'm like, hey, who's on tonight? And the door guy is like another comedian or someone who knows that I like when I'm
they know it, they know you're not there to heckle or to fucking drink beer. You're there to like professionally network and experience these other people.
Yeah. I want to say professionally, but they know I'm an open micer. Yeah. So they would be like, yeah, you want to come in? Come in. Like it's almost like an unspoken thing. Like they let you study the craft. Yeah. So it's fucking cool, dude. And there's times I'm like, anyways, back to Edwards and what else, dude? Okay, like there was a few times when he actually let his hands go, dude, where I was like, more of that,
bro. He was knocking the shit out of Kamaru, like.
And I think his technique is way cleaner than Kamaru's.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a much better technical striker than Kamaru ever thought about being. Kamaru's made big strides since going and working with Trevor Whitman and them, but
yeah,
let's be real, like. Leon is a striker first. Like Leon's got some crispy ass hands and kicks. I mean, like even going back to the old fight, the second fight, he was able to knock Kamaru out while he was exhausted. Like he was dog fucking tired, bro. But he throws such crispy technique that the power translated. He didn't need to throw it with a lot of oomph.
He faked that cross. Yeah, you're right. He's efficient in his movement.
Yeah, well, and on top of that, exactly right. And he's just twisted the right way. Like guys get tired, and they let things sag in particular directions, and it's like
your technique is sloppy.
Exactly right, and like his technique is so tight that like if he throws it and it lands, it can knock someone out because it's technically perfect.
It's hard. It's hard for him to throw the kick wrong.
The power is going to translate, right? The power translates, even if you're not throwing a lot of power because it's technically correct, right? The way the physics of the situation works is that all that power is going to translate to their jaw.
Yeah, when you do it the right way over and over and over, it's hard for you to do it the wrong way.
That's why drilling is so important.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like drilling, like motherfuckers do not realize how important it is to drill. Like bro, you need to throw that right cross 100,000 times, bro. So
like I think Kobe is like a god-awful striker, but he's so effective because of his volume and his pressure.
Well, that's one thing is that he just got you on your back foot, and Colby's a unique. I have all the respect in the world for Colby as a fighter and as a marketer, right? I wish that the state of the industry wasn't so that guys were having to develop shticks and gimmicks.
Yeah, that sucks because he was on the verge of getting like cut in. They said and regardless. They said regardless of how your fight with Damian Maia goes, we're gonna cut you. That's what they told Dan Lambert, who's the head dude at American Top Team. They told him.
And that's why after he literally cut that promo right then in Brazil, and it's been off to the races ever since. And so, it just goes to show the power of a good promo and consistency over time. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. He's a big like pro wrestling fan, and I actually love pro wrestling. I've loved it since I was a kid.
He's a heel. He's just pulling heel characters.
Yeah. No, exactly. So I understand the shtick, but it's cool because he's made like subtle references. Like he wore like the fucking that orange fucking suit, and it was a subtle reference to Nick Bockwinkel, who was like a heel in the NWA, and I was like, this motherfucker is like those a deep cut, like dude, like
that's a deeper cut than I was ready for, bro. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I was. Well, he said it in the press conference as well, which I thought was I was like, yo, what the fuck, okay, dude, like I was like a nut when I was younger, like when it came to pro wrestling, like. Dude, I wanted to be a pro wrestler. I love the theatrics and like the gimmicks and all that and the shit talking more than anything. I love the characters, and well, I would get crazy about like I would just find out who started this and that and blah blah blah. And
I mean, there's lore, right? There's lore to it.
Yeah.
There's it's almost like a TV show or an anime or something where there's an entire verse that you get to immerse yourself in, right?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, this guy's doing this. Well, he's doing that because this, because that, because that, because the first 10 fucking wrestlers who fucking started the organization were doing this shit this way. Like there's a clear chain of causality that goes back all the way to the founding of the organization.
They've been ripping each other off forever. Like
exactly.
Like Nature Boy was originally like that's fucking Ric Flair's gimmick. It was originally the original Nature Boy was another guy I think named Buddy Rogers, and then like Nature Boy stole his whole gimmick from Gorgeous George, which was like another dude back in the day. Yep. And then like Hulk Hogan, his whole shtick, those posters and all that was another guy named Superstar Billy Graham. Like dude, it's just like apparently also like the NWO angle was like taken from some shit going on in Japan.
Yeah. Like but what people need to understand is that all art is derivative. Right, like there is no one just comes. If someone had an idea that was truly just, bro, you spilled beer on yourself on the floor. The fucking electric jellyfish are on the fucking prowl today, homie.
I'm stung the fuck up. Anyways.
What was I even saying? We died. That
yeah, we went off in a crazy tangent.
That broke my brain for a second with a beer spill. What was I talking about?
We were talking about pro wrestling and then how art is derivative.
Oh, yeah. If someone ever presented you with a piece of art that was truly not derivative, that was unrelated to any other piece of art that had been produced on this planet ever before, you wouldn't know how to recognize it.
Nah, yeah.
You would be like, what the fuck is that? You might not even see it. It might not even enter your fucking brain. It might be sitting right there on the table and we not be able to see the motherfucker because it's that novel and abstract.
Get out of here, you fucking clown.
Fucking bitch. But the point is that all art is derivative, and so it's okay. But
Kobe.
Circle back to the fuck Kobe, because that's a digression from the fights, and we are literally an hour in and we've talked about one fight.
That was great.
So, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. But
we'll edit this, right? You'll edit this.
At this rate, I'm just gonna put out a fucking 6-hour long podcast about 286. Fuck them.
Fuck them. All right.
I'm real big on that. Let them have it all. We'll fucking chop it into clips later.
Cool.
But let's get on moving down the rest of the card, because I mean, obviously, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, crazy fight. Leon's fighting fucking Colby. Kamaru is gonna gatekeep for a while. Hope he can get some wins. Move back up. Let's go. Done deal. Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. This was a fucking great fight, bro. This was a fantastic fight. And Rafael Fiziev was lighting Justin Gaethje the fuck up in the first round, bro.
I didn't realize how small that fucking dude is. What, he's like 5'8"?
I didn't realize how fucking fast he was,
That
bro.
too.
Son of a bitch, that guy is fucking grease lightning, bro. I couldn't... Like, he was making Justin look slow at first. But,
yeah.
So, whenever I watched the fight, I thought that Fiziev won the first round.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
I didn't know who won the second round. And the third round, Justin Gaethje fucking... I thought was a 10-8, bro. I thought the third round was a 10-8er for Justin Gaethje. I mean, bro, Fiziev looked like motherfucking ground-up hamburger meat got drugged behind a pickup down a back road type shit. Like, it was... Whoa! I mean, his whole face. It
looked like fucking Kano, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yes, bro. It was awful. I mean, they slowed it down, and like he just has like snot pouring out of his face. He's like literally getting slobber knocked around, bro. Like and so whenever it was all said and done, right?
But I was also surprised how little damage Justin Gaethje wore in his face. It made you kind of question, like, how many of those shots from Fiziev, like, how clean did they land? Or were they on the side of the head, on the temple, like on the dome, like?
Well, again, it's one of those things where he's a quicker guy. He doesn't really punch the hardest. He punches quick, right? And so, I mean, Justin looked clean at the end of the fight. But also, if you look at the stats, Fiziev threw a lot of kicks to the body and legs. The majority of his strikes were landed to the body or lower. And so it's one of those things where you're not going to wear the damage as much.
For some reason, I thought he landed a lot of headshots.
He landed a lot, but the majority of his shots were to the body and with the kicks. But
was Fiziev undefeated prior to this?
No, he had one loss. Yeah, 12-1 coming into it.
Who did he lose to?
Let me see. But carry it for a second. I'll look that up.
Yeah, dude.
Who did you think won the fight? Whenever you watched it live.
Oh no! It was without a doubt. It was Gaethje. I thought the same thing. The speed difference. I was like, okay, is he going to carry this into the later rounds, or is Gaethje going to adjust and start timing him? And that's exactly what happened. Was you know, his timing was just that much better. Where it's like, you're fast, but I'm gonna still fucking get you, bro. Like, you're fast, but I'm gonna throw my shots when I need to, and that's way easier said than fucking done, dude. And he kept his composure, and he started landing, and dude, he started lining him up, and the way he wore the damage too, it wasn't just blood. Like, he fucking, I don't know, dude. That shit was gnarly, man. Like, Gaethje is definitely, like, I want to say people are sleeping on him, but I think a lot of times people forget he's there in that weight class, in that division.
Well, I think a lot of people, when they think of Justin Gaethje at this point, you know, he's lost a couple of title fights, right? And so I think that a lot of people are starting to just think of him as like an exciting gatekeeper. Mm-hmm. But he did say that he's about fed up with getting all this damage. He's got one run at the title left in him, and that's that. Yeah. And so that's really cool. I think that's really dope. He's made his money. He's made a ton of fucking memories for us and for him. And, like, bro, get out before the brain damage gets you. I'm so on that. I'm a sell high person. I like to sell high. I like to secure my profits, bro. It hurts me in my soul to see people go out like Bigfoot Silva, bro.
Oh, dude, that's I didn't want to have that conversation. That's just
so
that is the saddest fucking
we don't need to go into it, right? But the point is, it makes me happy to see guys go out on top, right? Like how Justin Gaethje's talking about going, right? That would and like how Khabib went, bro. Khabib going out with the belt, bro. Fucking sayonara, bro. Go for it, like fucking sail away, eagle.
But doesn't he got like a lot of money from like some crazy like crooked people in Russia or something?
Let's be really frank. Money on the rest of the planet ain't like money in America, bro.
That's fair. Yeah, okay.
Everybody in America has an opportunity to be a billionaire. In real life, right? Like, in real life, anybody can fucking do some silly shit and, like, really get there, right? It's very unlikely, well, impossible, right? There are people in America who have lots and lots of money who are not connected with the shadow state and the people who really run the planet whatsoever. You can have $50 million in America and just be like a fucking dickhead who fucking sold a patent. And it's fine, right? No one in Russia has access to capital like that who isn't directly being touched by the shadow state. Like the guys who behind the scenes run Russia are the guys who behind the scenes are handing money to Khabib. You can guarantee it. I don't have any sources for this, but like, bro, I'm old enough. I know what the fuck goes on. Like, yeah, bruh. Any time that you break into a certain echelon of wealth in a country other than America, you're part of the big boys club. Like they brought him into the big boys club.
Like Pacquiao becoming a fucking politician.
Right, exactly, right. Pacquiao won a few fights, and now he's part of the fucking big boys club. That's what's gonna happen with fucking Khabib. Khabib's gonna fuck around and be a politician and shit. And he's out here rubbing elbows with fucking Chechnyan leaders and shit. And so it's just he's in a whole different fucking stratosphere now.
I know people are like, I think that guy's so wholesome though. He's so pure. Yeah,
he's a sweetheart. I wish that he hadn't been conditioned by Orthodox religion the way he has been, right? Like
that's what I was gonna get at.
He told that girl that the women's fight is in the kitchen and shit, and they all.
Oh, he said that.
Yes, bro. Oh, yeah.
Who was a big fan of Khabib? And she was like, "Yeah, I kind of heard that he said that." Was it Juliana Pena?
I don't know, but I'm certain it hurt, bro. Arbitrary person was hurt by it. Everybody, bro. I'm a guy who doesn't fight mixed martial arts, and I was like, "Oof, oh God, don't say that." Right, and so I can imagine that every woman who fights mixed martial arts was just like, "Oh my fucking God, what type of ridiculous troglodytic ass fucking perspective is that? What the fuck?" But again, like Connor said, your wife is a towel, mate. Like they're running shit different over there, bro. Where
it's crazy. Where hasn't it like it's that shit happened within the past 50 years? Like it happened like in the late 60s, early 70s. What? Now, like that crazy oppressive state, like where the Muslims took over.
Yeah. We did that. Like we did that. We introduced that shit as a way to destabilize shit over there, and
I don't know the specifics. Anyways,
well, you're not supposed to know the specifics. No one is. Like, but the bottom line is that it's
well, I've never looked into it.
It's a destabilization tactic.
Anywho, I don't know enough to be
so
harping on that.
We don't need to talk about global politics. The thing that I wanted to circle back to is that the last guy to beat Rafael Fiziev, is Magomed Mustafayev.
Who the fuck is that guy?
So he was doing pretty good. You know, he was fighting in the UFC as far back as 2015, June 20th, my birthday.
2015?
Yeah, fighting all the way back in 2015, and then he beat Fiziev in April 420. Homie fought on June 20th and April 20th. These are like two of the only days I give a fuck about.
Bro, some of these fucking Russians that just disappear. Like, fucking makes me sad.
Well, that's the thing is that he then lost to Brad Riddell after that. He fought Fiziev in 2019 and won, and then he lost to Brad Riddell in February of 2020, and that's the last we've heard of him.
Is that Russian dude?
Magomed Mustafayev? I don't know anything about him.
There's like a few Russians that I fucking missed that I wish didn't. Like there's there's a guy, his name is Albert Tumanov.
I remember Albert Tumanov. What happened to him?
He's over there fighting like in fucking
just some
M1 Global, I think. He was fighting for M1 Global for a minute.
Nothing wrong with fighting with M1 Global.
And there's another guy who knocked the fuck out of TJ Waldberger. TJ Waldberger was a guy who was in the UFC for a short time. He was a welterweight. Adlan Amagov. I was actually literally just looking him up. What's Adlan Amagov's fucking record? Let me see. He's 8 wins, 1 loss. Oh, no, excuse me. 14 wins, 2 losses. And he's been fighting. The last time he fought was 2016. And I don't know, man. Anyways, I don't want to.
That's crazy that I can remember him, and last time he fought was 7 years ago. Like, why is that guy still in my brain?
Because he was the shit.
I mean,
Tumanov was cool.
He clearly made an impression.
You know what's crazy, though? He didn't wrestle a lot. He was known for his boxing.
That's dope. I mean, it's like Peter Yan. A lot of those Russian guys love to box.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I just liked, like everything was crisp. There was no load up, and he had power and everything. He threw Tumanov.
One of those good technique things. Like
yeah, he would fucking cross this, and then his hooks would come boom, and it was just everything was so fluid. Like I was like, oh, the guy, he does that the right way. And
really tickled his pussy.
Yeah, he tickled my fucking dick pussy. Yes.
So, the next fight on the card was Gunnar Nelson and Ryan Barberena.
I didn't see that one. I didn't catch that fight.
Man. Well, so I have some shit to talk. Right, because Ryan Barberena was in the interviews saying that this fight is where it's at on the card because he's such an exciting fighter. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Ryan Barberena, you're a fucking step-in. For fucking 3-4 weeks ago, Gunnar was supposed to fight someone else. You're on the fucking card fighting where you're fighting because you're fighting Gunnar Nelson. Not because you're the fucking guy.
He is fun to watch, though.
Ryan Barberena is a super fun fighter, but it tripped me out to see him literally in interviews as a step-in fighter trying to take the credit for the fight that he's in being up in the card whenever, like, the position of the fight was already determined before he ever stepped in.
Who was Gunnar Nelson supposed to fight?
I could tell you real quick because it'll be one of the ones that was canceled on the bottom of the card. D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez.
Oh, that'd
have been a fun fucking fight. D-Rod, that'd have been a... Man,
he's got to make up for that fight.
D-Rod fucking always fucking proves me wrong, bro. I always want to bet
against he fought the Leech, and everyone was like, oh, everyone was talking shit about that decision.
Well, you know, I remember that fight. I didn't think it was awful, but either way, bro, Gunnar Nelson armbarred Ryan Barberena.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. So they stood and struck, and you know, it seemed like Ryan was having a little bit of trouble with like.
Do you keep calling Brian Ryan?
Yeah. Brian Barberena was having a lot of trouble with Gunnar Nelson's range. Like, you know, Gunny's one of those guys who
karate guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you could tell it was kind of scrambling him a little bit. And then with like 2 minutes left in the round, Gunnar took him down, and Barberena was a fish out of water, bro. I mean, it's not like. I knew it was bad after like a minute or so of being held there. He got frustrated and started trying to just like do the short little punches from the bottom that guys do out of frustration. Like they're not really trying to do what's right and like fight the position or anything. They're just like frustratedly trying to pop somebody from bottom, and they know they're never really going to hurt them. They're still just doing it out of frustration. Whenever I saw him doing that, I was like, oh, if he makes it out of this round, it's a fucking miracle. And with 9 seconds left, Gunnar got him in the fucking armbar and made him tap. And I mean, it It was primetime Gunnar Nelson, bro, and that's 2 wins in a row for Gunny, bro. You know, Gunny's been a
Who
little
was his
inactive.
last one?
Takashi Sato, which was in March of 2022.
Okay.
And then, but then the last time we saw Gunny before that was him losing to Gilbert Burns and losing to Leon Edwards.
And then losing to Ponzinibbio?
He actually beat Alex Oliveira, but then he lost to. But that loss to Ponzinibbio, bro, that was straight up eye poke city. Like they went back and looked at that
I
fucking.
thought he knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah, but so he did. But if they went back and looked at the replay, and Gunnar got fucking eye pokes, and he even went like trying to get the ref's attention, and Ponzinibbio just swarmed him and knocked him the fuck out.
Good. No, I'm kidding.
Vet move, veteran move, vet move.
We're
bro.
calling that vet move. Those are vet moves, bro.
I swear to God, I'm literally not mad. If Santiago Ponzinibbio intentionally poked him in the eye, knew he had him compromised.
He got knocked out by the fucking leech, right?
And then went and knocked him out. I don't know if
Ponzinibbio,
got
yeah.
knocked out by the leech.
I think it was like his first fight back after some crazy long layoff, and then he got knocked out. I was like, yo, where'd that come from? Leech doesn't knock anybody out, or does he? I don't think he does.
Bro, no, Li Jinglang be knocking motherfuckers out, bro.
Oh, okay, then my bad. I slept on the leech.
Yeah, let's see. I can tell you how many knockouts motherfucker got. Shit, he got 10 knockouts, bro. 19 wins and 10 of them by knockout, bro. You sleeping on the motherfucking leech, bro. You need to put some respect on that leech's name.
Damn.
But the bottom line is, bro, there's been a long layoff, right? He lost 3 out of 2 up till 2019, and then we didn't see nothing out of him until now.
Yeah, that's why I was like...
And then he's won 2 fights in a row, so I'm really, really pumped for him. I'm a big Gunny Nelson fan. He looked great. His karate looked dope. His fucking grappling and jiu-jitsu looked fantastic.
I thought he got cut for a second.
I don't think Gunny Nelson got touched, bro.
No, cut.
Oh, no.
Like from the...
Nah, they never cut him. He just took a little break. If he did get cut and re-signed, he didn't take any fights outside of the UFC between there and then, according to the record. And I would have heard about that. I'd have been like, because I'm a fan.
Can I take a second to go fucking take care of some business? I gotta piss.
Go piss, bro.
Jesus Christ. I'm 5'4", dude. That 16 ouncer is like all of the liquid I can carry.
That's a whole lot of electric jellyfish.
Is it? Is it 16? Are you fucking with me?
What? Oh, I don't know. I mean, shit, it's a whole lot for you. Evidently, you can't even make it through the podcast without pissing. I'm a grown man. I drink a fucking case of beer without pissing. That's not true. But so while he goes and does that, I will keep us entertained by speaking on the next fight. So Jennifer Maia fought Casey O'Neill and won it pretty handedly, man. Jennifer Maia is really, really good. She's got some top-notch jiu-jitsu. And everybody likes to talk about her boxing, but it's one of those things where I feel like her boxing isn't extraordinary, right? It just is extra effective for her because her jiu-jitsu and stuff is very good. And so she doesn't have to... Like, those jiu-jitsu people who really believe they can win the fight from their back, who have no fear of getting taken down, are particularly dangerous in the striking. Like Dubronx. Dubronx is one of those guys, right? Where Charles Oliveira will rush in and beat your ass, and it doesn't matter if you time a takedown on him perfectly while he's stepping in with a big right hand, because he's gonna fucking strangle you. He's gonna put you in a guillotine or a triangle choke or something if you go to the ground with him, right? And Jennifer Maia has this same energy about her, and so her striking is like extra effective because of the lack of needing to even address people acting like they're going to take them down. Like Noe and I discussed earlier, how the feinting, the takedowns, and even going for takedowns so that people have to respond to the feints ultimately sets up striking for wrestlers, right? But that entire thing is circumvented when you're fighting somebody who is okay with going to the ground with you. Right. Jennifer Maia doesn't give a shit if you take her down. She's going to strangle you. But this isn't to take anything away from Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill was a game opponent. Just seemed slightly outmatched. You know, it was a pretty handed victory for Jennifer Maia. I'm not going to lie. At least whenever I watched it, it felt like Jennifer Maia did really, really good. I was just talking about how I feel like Jennifer Maia, her she did so good. I feel like her striking works so effectively because she's one of those people who's fearless about getting taken down. Right? Like, what are you going to do? Take her down? Then she's going to strangle you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I was
saying?
pretty surprised with how that went.
Really? You thought that was going to be for Casey O'Neill, huh?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh,
Man.
I was picking Jennifer Maya all day.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going against Maya or anything, but I was like, I think Maya's known more as a grappler, right?
Yeah, well, but everybody's been talking about her striking here recently, and again, it's one of those things where it's almost like the Charles Oliveira effect, right? Where you can come in and like strike with reckless abandon, and it's not going to matter if you get taken down because you're going to strangle that motherfucker. So you can. There's always an open invitation to the mat when you're fighting Jennifer Maya. There's always an open invitation to the mat when you're fighting DuBronx, right? And so if you want to fucking take them down real quick while they're in the process of putting you in a firefight, cool. You're putting the fucking fight right in the ballpark where they want it. They're fucking coming at you and striking the way they are, and they don't have to worry about the takedown because if you take them down, you're putting the fight right where they want it.
Unless you're a Russian dude.
Well, but again, it's one of those things where, a lot of these Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys really do believe that they can still get that they can get it, right? Like, at the end of the day, they're training how to fucking pull arm bars off on guys who do Dagestani wrestling. They're confident, right? And now the average fighter, the average BJJ guy versus the average Russian combat sambo wrestler type guy, I think generally speaking, the combat sambo is going to win that exchange, right? Because it's more of a wrestling base, right? And wrestling tends to be able to neutralize jiu-jitsu when it's done right. And so it's one of those things, right? But if you're a striker, right, and you're coming in to fight a person who's great at Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and now all of a sudden they're wading off into the fire with reckless abandon because they don't care if you shoot for a takedown on them, that gives them a weird advantage. Right, and that's what I think I think that's what Jennifer Maya has going on, right, where she can just wade off into the fire, throw bombs, and what are you going to do? Dip under for a single leg? I'm going to strangle you. And I think that mentality is what gives a lot of the Brazilian fighters a little edge in the striking.
Was O'Neal undefeated prior to this fight?
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
She's super young, though. She's like 24, 25,
oh,
right?
bro, this was a learning experience for her, for sure.
Yeah.
The next fight on the card was Marvin Vettori and Roman Dolidze.
Did
you
former
see this
teammates.
Bro, yeah. If Roman would just fucking throw anything to the body, if he would throw, he literally only threw punches to the head the entire fight. Homie, work the body. Like, work the body. It's not rocket science, bro. Hit him in the fucking solar plexus, make him go, ugh. And then when it's then you fucking hit him in the temple, bro. And I don't know. I feel like whenever you're literally only targeting one target with one set of tools, you have made the job defensively of your opponent so much easier.
Yeah, when you become a headhunter, the only thing is, like, a lot of times for guys to want to go to the body, they're tentative because they leave their head exposed, because they have to drop their hands to, like, get to that level.
Well, I don't know. It's like, I feel like Marvin Vettori isn't necessarily known for his fucking powerful strikes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you needed to fucking trade one with him every here and there, that's probably fucking okay.
Yeah, I think some people just aren't willing to take the risk. It's still going to fucking,
at the end of the day, Roman Dolidze lost the fight. So, it is what it is. But, the guy is a Terminator. The guy impressed me, right? I just wish that I would see him being more versatile with the tools that he was utilizing and being more versatile with the targets that he was targeting, right? I feel like if he were to do that, it would have been the difference in the fight, right? But instead, all Marvin Vettori had to do was move his head. He wasn't having to worry about takedowns the entire fight. He wasn't having to worry about body shots the entire fight. He wasn't having to worry about grappling, getting pushed up a cage the entire fight. Literally, all he had to worry about was not getting hit in the fucking face. And he was mixing his martial arts. And so, I don't know. Like, in retrospect, right, it's clear who's going to win that fight whenever that's going on. And it's, Marvin Vettori. The guy with more tools. And Marvin Vettori, I have a lot of respect for Marvin Vettori, man. He went in and fought Paulo Costa whenever Paulo Costa had like 20 fucking pounds on him. Didn't blink a fucking eye, bro. Like, Marvin Vettori's a real one. And I love his, like, self-belief. Like, even after that second fight with Israel Adesanya, And Israel was like, all right, you can accept defeat this time. Marvin was like, I beat you. It's like,
He's fucking wild.
it's like, yeah, bro, you fucking did that shit. Like, go Marvin, man. Like, guys, listen, you're only defeated when you accept defeat.
Did you hear what one of the commentators had said? I think it was Bisping. He said that he had talked to Marvin after the Whitaker fight, and that Marvin had this like really like honest moment with himself where he's like that's never happened. I've never felt so. I don't want to say helpless because I don't think that's the word he used, but I've never felt like I didn't know what to do in there. He didn't have an answer.
He was outmatched in every way. He couldn't take Whitaker down. He couldn't strike with him. Like everything that he wanted to do, Whitaker had an answer and was a step ahead, and he felt a step behind.
Which is a shame, right? That Whitaker has to fucking compete in the era of like the fucking Pejeras and the fucking Adesanyas. Like
yeah, bro. Bro, if you dropped Whitaker off in 2002 WWE or in
shit! Oh, fucking Stone Cold, you better watch the fuck out.
We're gonna fucking bang 316 your ass.
What the fuck? Anyways, but yeah.
But if you drop him off in the UFC in 2002, the guy runs the table, and we'd be looking back on him saying he's the GOAT.
You know what? And that's an argument I make for like a lot of like the fighters of like now, as people are like, oh well, so and so. I was like, dude, like, as a whole, like a lot of the guys from like 15, 20 years ago were not on the level of the guys now. You don't know as much about the sport. You don't know how to mix things as well.
Guys, I'm sorry, but Chuck Liddell will get fucking slow roasted by anyone in the top 15. Prime Chuck Liddell these days would get fucking roasted by every single person in the top 15 of 205.
Really? I don't know about that.
Who do you think he fucking beats? You think he beats Ryan Spann?
That guy's huge.
You think he fucking beats the guy who just beat Ryan Spann?
That guy's huge. Now, who just beat Ryan Spann?
It doesn't fucking matter. The point is that, like, bro, if Ryan Spann's the bar and there are only fucking bigger, badder sharks up the chain.
Oh, I know who beat Ryan Spann. The Russian. Oh shit.
I'll look it up.
Don't look it up. I will know his name. No. Fuck.
I'm looking it up.
Nikov. It's the guy who fucking knocked out Alexander Gustafsson too.
Oh, Nikita Krylov.
There you go,
bro. And listen, I slept on Nikita Krylov, bro, because he kind of took some losses back in the day.
He took some L's.
And yeah, bro, he's back sleeping motherfuckers, looking great.
I want to see Nikita Krylov versus the guy who fought for the belt to a draw before Jamal Hill fought Ankalaev.
Man, that's a good fight.
Was that's his name, right? His last.
Yeah, I'd also like to see him and Yuri. I'd also like to see him and Yuri Prokazna fight. Yuri's a fun fight with anybody. Yuri's a wild man. You know it's crazy that Yuri fucking is out because he separated his shoulder in practice and let someone try and pop it back in and they blew his shit apart.
Yeah, that's a European dude for you.
Well, like, let's be real. Like, bro, TJ Dillashaw blew his shit out and they popped it back in on the stool. Like, it's a relatively normal thing. Like, everything in me wants to be like, bro, you're an idiot. You should have gone to a doctor. But then everything in me also is like, bro, this happens.
Hey, did you get your tickets already for this weekend's fight?
Bro, I don't think I'm going to make it to that, actually.
I don't think so either, dude.
I got roped in. I got roped in. The way things lined up, I have my boy this weekend. I have my boy on Saturday. And so I usually, it's one of those things where I move too slow on it and things didn't line up. Whatever. It is what it is.
Where are you going to watch the fights?
Probably my house. Yeah. We'll talk about. If you want to link up for the fights, we can link up for the fights.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
What if we did a live reaction?
Yeah, so I was about to say I've almost wanted to do a companion piece for a long time, bro. Yeah. So if that's the fact that you just brought that up organically, bro.
Do you got internet here?
Yeah.
I got Hulu. With my cell phone plan, I got a Hulu and I can watch fucking ESPN Plus shit for free. What's part of my cell phone plan?
Fuck yeah, bro. Well, I mean, I have a fucking supercomputer over here too, so like we can beam anything to anything and fucking watch anything, bro. Like we're in there up here.
We could do it here.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we can watch fights here, bro.
Okay,
absolutely.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, again, this Saturday I'm gonna have my boy, and so that might get in the way of I'll like have to like fucking put my son to sleep in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? So it might not work this weekend. But if it's something we want to do moving forward, I can definitely arrange things on my end to make sure that I have that I'm available.
I might go to that fight, so I'm on the fence. I'm like,
well, at this point, let's just not plan on this one, right? Because of how the schedule's lining up. But we will definitely talk about that more because it's up my alley. But
so we're talking about potential fights at light heavyweight.
we were talking bullshit about fucking. Yeah, we were bullshitting.
As far we were talking about the guys of like how the guy from like almost any guy from nowadays could beat any guy from yesteryear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I would give Chuck Liddell like his credit though. Like one thing because if it wasn't for him, then Tito, they're the ones who kind of came up. Well, Chuck is kind of credited for coming up with the whole sprawl and brawl kind of thing, mm-hmm. right?
Yeah. But so I'm just saying, like the game's evolved since then, right?
And
like,
supposedly they also came up with the whole doing the cage walk, the cage crawl, whatever they call it.
I mean, bro, I'm certain that's a natural response that anybody has.
Well, no. What supposedly they would drill it like that.
Oh, well, that's cool.
that they talked about it. Dana said he used to manage them both, and like it's in their little like documentary, Bad Blood. Whenever they talk about the rivalry, is that like they would practice the cage walk is like. Literally, what, dude? I don't know how many like MMA classes I've been in where they're like, all right, and then you get up against the mat and you do the wall walk, the cage walk, where you push your weight up against the wall and walk your way
Crawl up with your shoulder blades. So.
Yeah. Supposedly that they Tito and Chuck would draw that and they came up with that.
That's dope. That's really really cool.
But but are we still in that discussion of who would
we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. So
we're running this motherfucker.
Yeah. So what do you want? What do you want to say?
I was trying to give fucking Chuck his credit, and I was saying like you're saying like anyone would fucking beat Chuck. I was like, I don't know about
anyone in the top 15.
Ryan Spann. I feel like guys nowadays are way fucking bigger than the guys of like that era though too.
It's a matter of athleticism, bro. Like it's. As the platform has gotten bigger, it's attracted better athletes, and as the better athletes have come, so too have the better trainers and stuff. Like, and so like just better athletes receiving better training with like a more refined sense of the sport, right? Like,
that's an argument I made with some other people as well. It's like, dude, you don't get it now. Like real kickboxing coaches are starting to train like a lot of MMA fighters. MMA athletes like okay, you know what? There's money in this. There's a little more money in this because, dude, even kickboxers don't even make that much money. I mean, they make good money. I'm not saying they don't, but they don't make boxer money.
Bro, I gotta tell you, I'm looking at these fucking rankings right now, and I don't know if fucking
Prime Chuck.
I don't think Prime Chuck beats any of these.
Start at 15.
So I mean, the Azamat Mirzakhanov, who's 12-0, Russian wrestler, need to wrestle fuck the fuck out of him. Dustin Jacoby. He's the only one who's really kind of fucking suspect. But Khalil Roundtree, I feel like Khalil Roundtree would have.
Oh, dude, I love Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah, Khalil Roundtree would fucking kick his legs off underneath him. No problem.
Did you? Oh, okay, hold on. Just sorry, I don't mean to like cut you off, but did you see when Roundtree came back from fucking training in Thailand after? Well, it was after the Johnny Walker fight.
His first fight when he came back from Thailand.
Yeah, because he got clinched the fuck up, so he's like, I gotta learn the clinch.
Bro, he looks so good.
Eric Anders when he fought him. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I love Khalil
Complete
Roundtree.
Transformation, so good,
crisp,
outstanding. He took his training very fucking seriously. You could tell. But then, so you've got Jimmy Crute, bro. I don't think fucking he
Prime Chuck beats him. No.
Bro, Jimmy Crute's a big fucking boy with a big old block ass head. But then after here, anything after 12, bro, it's like
no undisputed. Like it's just
like bro, we're talking Dominic Reyes. We're talking Dominic Reyes is number fucking 11.
Nah, straight left all day.
It's just way too big and athletic, bro. Clinch doesn't matter. Does not matter. Like
how tall is Chuck? 6'2"?
Who fucking cares? He's fucking a doubled over old man at this point.
No, but I mean like at his prime.
Oh, that is prime. I don't know.
But that was the argument. It wasn't about now. It was talking about Chuck in his prime.
Let's see. Chuck Liddell. Let's look it up real quick.
I think it's like 6'2", because I think Tito was like 6'4", or 6'3" at least. I'll be honest. I think Tito in his prime would fare way better than Chuck in his prime now.
Well, it's one of those things where Bro, the difference is going to be the skills possessed, right? Like, the guys who are fighting these days know so much better what to do in every position,
Oh yeah.
right? That's the fucking thing that people aren't ever taking into consideration.
Where
is
back
that-
then they'd fuck up and get in a brawl with Chuck.
Yeah, so Chuck is 6'2". Yeah, Chuck is 6'2". But, I mean, bro, Ryan Spann smokes him. Paul Craig chokes him out. Volkan Ozdemir smokes him. Johnny Walker smokes him. Nikita Krylov probably gets into a brawl. That's probably his most winnable fight in the top 11. Anthony Smith, no fucking way. Alexander Rakic, no fucking way. Jan Blachowicz, no way. Magomed, no way. Yuri, no way. John Mahal Hill. John Mahal, honestly, is like, it seems a little suspect. He's like, I don't think he beats any of these guys. I don't think he beats any of these fucking.
You don't think Jamal Hill beats?
Oh, I think Jamal Hill fucking smokes him.
Oh, okay, but you don't think he beats any of the guys? Oh, you're saying? I'm sorry, I misinterpreted everything you said. You don't think Chuck beats any of those guys? Prime Chuck?
Nope.
What about the guys that he beat in his prime?
All old heads, bro. It's a whole different era. It's a different era.
Yeah, that's funny. It's weird that I don't know why I'm making an argument for it.
This is like trying to be like, would the teams from the 1990s and in the NFL beat the teams from now? Like, fucking fuck no, bro. Like
I don't follow football, so I don't know that.
Like, the point is that, like, fucking football's a circus now, bro. Like, they're fucking throwing bombs. Like, they're doing shit on the field that, like, guys from the 90s wouldn't even know how to address. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that, like, these guys would be doing shit in the octagon that Chuck and them wouldn't even know how to address.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's what I'm trying to make an argument for. I don't know why I'm even like, but I'm just saying, I give a few of those fighters like credit. And that's why I was like, Chuck, I don't know, maybe him, but like I'm saying, like if you drop any of the athletes now in, like any of the fighters now, any of the fighters like of now with their skill set and like those times, they would like just annihilate. Like they just know how much better, like to do things, how to go about things better, how to game plan better more than anything.
Well, the point is that there's so much more experience on the coaching side of things, right? Like, bro, 20 years difference in where things were and where things are now is so much fucking data, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much more data that these guys have to work with whenever they're determining what to train and when and shit, and it's just a whole different ballgame.
That's one thing I often like would make the argument for too, as well as like whenever people are like, oh, what discipline should you stick my kid in? Like, and I'm like, I mean, karate and taekwondo are cool, but I tell them, but maybe find an MMA gym for your kid. And they'd be like, well, I was like, no, like, trust me, like, the trainers and the guys now were way more competent than, you know, the guys who were training people 20, 25 years ago.
Well, if you go to an MMA gym, there's going to be guys who are coaches from all of those different ones. And so if you want your kid to go and figure out which one he really likes, send him to the MMA gym. And he'll come back and go, man, I really liked wrestling. You know, he'll come back, man, we drilled Muay Thai, and I just love the fuck out of that.
Oh, yeah, dude, fuck
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And so if you don't know what you want to put your kid in, definitely throw them into the MMA gym so that they can go and try them all out. I guarantee your kid's going to come back and either go, hey, I really liked X, Y, and Z, or he's going to go, I hate it altogether.
Or just be like, you know what, I like boxing. I just want to join a boxing
Exactly.
gym.
Well, that's the thing is, you're going to, if you listen, right, the kid's going to go, oh, man, I really loved the boxing sparring today. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever thing they like the most, if they so choose at that point, want to go and, like, look into that one specifically, go for it. But other than that, keep it in the major.
No, regardless, like, they'll like it. They'll learn so much more. Like, yeah, dude, like, I work with the guy who was like, oh, I like purists. And they're like, nowadays, it just gets too muddy. And I was like, no, now it's crisp. Like, now it's really sharp, you know? Like, guys, like, and it's only getting better. Like, you're starting to see, like, guys who can kick and fucking, like, kick like a taekwondo guy, kick like a karate guy, and punch like a boxer, and wrestle like a wrestler, and do jiu-jitsu like a judo or jiu-jitsu practitioner.
I mean, it's really, really becoming to where the gold standard for a championship caliber mixed martial artist is somebody who can truly fluidly flow between a wide variety of martial arts, right?
Yeah.
They need to be able to go from kicking to punching to grappling to taking down to doing it all, right? And like, they need to be able to throw a proper karate kick from the side. They need to be able to throw a proper fucking Muay Thai kick up the middle. They need to be able to throw a fucking proper elbow in tight. Like, all these different practices, like, I'm certain that the most efficient type of kick exists in one practice, and the most efficient type of punch exists in another practice. And if you take all these best of the best tactics, and you have time to work with them all and know which ones flow with ones well, man, you can, like, mixed martial arts is where it's at, bro. Like it's a truly beautiful artistic thing that I think the average person doesn't really have the opportunity to appreciate the way it can be, bro. To whenever you're watching a fight and you see a guy go from throwing boxing techniques to throwing taekwondo techniques to grappling to wrestling to doing sambo throws to doing judo throws to doing fucking like American wrestling, then all of a sudden busting out an armbar, bro. Like,
I think the problem is people have too much
generations of knowledge that have gone into turning that person into the most efficient combatant that the world has ever fucking seen, bro.
I think the problem is that people are just so stuck up on like what the UFC was. Like when it was in its like early stages, people are so used to that. It's like, have you watched like fights lately? Like dude, okay, even like the women's division now is, oh my god, leaps and bounds way better than it was just 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, bro, like Ronda Rousey would, if you dropped her off in what we're doing now, like, she's one of those ones who kind of got left,
exposed, yeah.
Got left by the fucking, like, the sport moved faster than she did. But I do want to wrap this up because we're at an hour and a half, and I do want to talk about the Peter Yan Merab Dvalishvili card.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do want to take a quick look forward to the Vera and Sandhagen card. So let's just bang that out real quick,
do it.
and we'll have this wrapped up in the next 30 minutes. It'll be like a 2-hour podcast.
Cool.
So everybody who's listening, man, you got 30 minutes left tops. I'm gonna fucking wrap it up for y'all.
No. You get 30 minutes. Like, it's not so much you have to. You get to.
And that's the
have
truth,
30
right?
minutes.
You are truly privileged to be able to hear Noe and I in your fucking ears right now.
Drunk.
Having a fucking blast. I'm high as shit. I hit a dab before we did this. Noe's fucking spilling beer, bro. We're having a fucking killer time.
I'm 5'4".
I'm 6'3".
These are very strong beers.
Yeah.
I don't have the tolerance. Have I never, like, has there been an episode where I'm not sauced?
Bro, I barely know what's going on right here, right now. I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel guilty from always drinking your liquor, so that's why I brought booze.
Oh no, bro! All the everything that's here is for you. Make no mistake about
Specifically me?
that. Yeah. Literally, just.
All right,
for you.
I'm sorry about that. I don't want to sidetrack. Let's go down that.
We got 29 minutes now.
Peter Yan. No shit.
But so, looking back at the fights that happened between UFC 285 and 286, there was a fight night that was headlined between Peter Yan and Merab Dvalishvili. And Merab Dvalishvili comes from the same camp as Aljamain Sterling. And it's clear that those guys have the recipe for beating Peter Yan down.
I'm going to be honest, man. I didn't give a fuck about Dvalishvili prior to this fight. And I mean, I kind of still don't. And to be honest, I didn't even know how the fuck to pronounce that dude's name until this fight. I was just like...
You've been sleeping on him. Like, the guy's good.
No,
The guy is good. The guy throws fun technique.
Okay, I've been sleeping on him, but also, like, I noticed him. I just knew his first name, Merab, or whatever the fuck.
Dvalishvili.
Like, yeah, now I know how to say it. But, like, I just remember that one viral... I don't want to call it a viral video, but that one video where he fucking split his head in ice in that river, in that frozen river.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, dude, he fucking dunked his head, like, in a frozen river, and he landed, like, on a rock or some shit, and he came up and his head was split open.
Well,
they were...
That's that dumbass Russian shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that
Easter Bloc shit, bro.
That's that. We're gonna go. Listen. That right there is why men's life expectancy is lower than women's. Straight up.
Yeah, he was trolled pretty fucking hard.
I mean, you deserve it. Like, you deserve it. If you dive into a river and bust your fucking head open.
Yeah, I think he popped his head up speaking Russian. And like, or I don't know what the fuck.
But dude, he made it so every fight that they've had against, so, you know, I honestly felt like Aljo was kind of losing that first fight against Peter, right? And then he got the DQ. But then they came back and learned, oh shit, here we are. Oh, what is this guy doing? Oh, he gave himself a blessing from God before he did it.
Yeah. Oh,
that guy's a fucking idiot.
He was like, oh, that fucking hurt.
That fucking ice, bro. It's ice. It's actual fucking ice. You don't dive into fucking ice, bruh.
But also, like...
That's some shit they teach you to do in Russia, bro. You don't do that.
But how lucky is he that he didn't get concussed?
Oh, he probably did get fucking concussed.
No, I mean, like out. Like, fucking, like, unconscious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's very, very lucky that he didn't go to sleep and drown. Super lucky he didn't go to sleep and drown.
He's getting his head stapled, by the way, guys, in this video. Like,
motherfucker had to get staples in his brain.
He literally jumped into this frozen river, then immediately jumped out.
He didn't jump into a frozen river. He jumped onto a frozen river.
Oh, he dove. He
dove headfirst onto fucking ice, thinking he was going to break through. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I think that maybe he thought that the ice was...
I think he broke through, but I think he fucking hit a rock at the bottom or something like that.
Bro, no, he did not. He flopped on that fucking ice, bro. He did not go under. His whole body was above the ice the whole time. Watch it again, and show me when he goes under the water.
I thought for some reason he fucking
I'm certain he fucking, the official narrative is he hit a rock, but bro, he busted his head on that fucking ice.
Okay. Regardless of what the fuck happened, he busted his goddamn head.
Man, legendarily stupid. Like
that's as much as I knew about the guy.
I mean, you know, I would understand not being a fan after that being the sum total of your exposure to the character. Because
just Google Merab Dvalishvili cuts head on rock. Or cuts head on ice.
Man.
Cuts head. Whatever.
He fucking busted his ass, bro. That's a fact. But
You never seen that?
No, that's the first time I just saw that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, dude. That's why I was like, that's why I was like, I'm never gonna remember this guy's name. I don't give a fuck.
What a dum dum.
As much as I knew, I was like, I gotta just remember Merab with the funny last name.
Merab's very easy. It's just for some reason, you know, I do the podcast a lot, and a lot of times I make the little reaction videos, you know, like on the fly, which I haven't been doing as much because I've been having my boy on Saturdays a lot more, so I haven't.
Well,
you know,
okay, that's cool.
I want to make my video and my son's more dinosaurs in the background, you know.
You're like, yes, baby, dinosaurs.
Yeah, bro, more dinosaurs, absolutely. Cars and dinosaurs, Cadillacs and dinosaurs, bro. There's an old show called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Let me get that full on that shit. But either way, Merab made this shit look pretty easy. Like Merab actually, I mean, I think he shot a UFC record 40 plus takedown attempts. I think it was like 46 or 48 takedown attempts.
I don't even think I watched the fight. I think I was zoning in and out. Like, I was just like, every time I tune in, he was takedown. I tune again, takedown. I was like, oh, fuck this fight.
So, you know, on top of it, but by the end of the fight, he wasn't like ever holding him down. He was just threatening with it to set up his striking very effectively. Like he'd go to like grab a knee and then he'd fucking sock him and like, bro, it's the most beat up looking I've seen Peter Yan look at the end of a fight since I've seen him in the UFC. Like he actually got beat up this fight. The next fight on the card was Alexander Volkov and Alexander Romanov. And, bro, I guess I sleep on Alexander Volkov because of what...
Fuck, no, you can't.
Well, but it's like, it always seems like he doesn't really hit that hard. But then fucking, like, you see what he did to Alexander Romanov, bro. It's like he hit
Or Alistair Overeem.
Yeah, but it's like he hit Romanov, and Romanov, like, wasn't expecting him to hit that hard. And it's like he panicked. It's like it didn't even look like he had been concussed or anything. It's like he got hit and he kind of wanted to get away, like he was like, oh fuck, and just he couldn't get away from that reach, and it was a wrap. Like it made it look real quick.
Wasn't he the former Bellator heavyweight champ?
Alexander Volkov?
Yeah,
I'm unfamiliar. I don't remember that offhand.
I think
that's a fun little tidbit. Why don't you look that up while we wait, and then I'll keep it moving. The next thing on the card was Nikita Krylov, who we were just speaking about. Submitting Ryan Spann.
That's right, yeah.
Man, poor Ryan Spann. He's, you know, he fights out of Texas, and I'm obligated to be a fan. I'm always pulling for people who Texas pride. You already know, but whenever they were on the ground, bro, like I just felt like the only place where Ryan Spann was really gonna lose that fight was on the ground. And when he engaged with them on the ground, I was like, oh, fuck, oh, no, here we go. And, you know, first round submission. Jonathan Martinez got a decision over Said Nurmagomedov. Mario Bautista submitted Guido Canetti. And we won't go over the prelims. And then looking forward, we've got...
Guido Canetti old as fuck.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. He was on that Ultimate Fighter. I just remember him because he got knocked out by a guy named... Henry Briones, who was a Mexican dude. and he's no longer with the promotion. I think that's. But yeah, I'm surprised. Like Guido's still in the promotion. Yeah.
Bro, we got Marlon Vera, Cheeto Vera, and Corey Sandhagen coming up this weekend, bro.
Oh
Bruh,
shit!
What a fun fight! It's a 5-round fight. I gotta go with Cheeto Vera, man. I think that Cheeto hits way too hard for bantamweight.
I
don't think that anybody can actually get punched in the face by that guy at that weight class for 25 minutes and survive.
Dude, I think Cheeto was on the same fucking Ultimate Fighter that Guido Canelli was on.
But Cheeto ain't that old.
No, he's not that old, but
Cheeto's only 30, but he's got a lot of MMA miles.
Yeah, but
It's crazy. Cheeto and fucking Corey are the same age, bro. Why does Corey feel so much younger than fucking... It's because Marlon's been on the scene for so long.
Bro, he's third world as fuck, dog. We don't age the same way y'all do.
Bro, it's like not eating processed foods, drinking water and shit. That's not... I think that we're not going to go into my conspiracy theories, bro. I got some conspiracy theories. Tune into my other podcast. You want to hear me talk crazy shit. Turning the fucking frogs gay. Putting fluoride in the water.
Who was on? Let me see.
Medicating us against our will.
Okay.
We got...
Before you go any further, let me see. Yep. Marlon Vera was on the same season of The Ultimate Fighter as Guido. And on that same fucking season, Yair was on that. Yeah.
Damn, those guys are getting old.
Yeah, bro. Or
all these guys...
Guido's just old as shit, though. Guido's an Argentinian, I think. Yeah. Argentine. Excuse me.
Argentine dagger.
What?
That's fucking... Isn't that what Santiago Ponzinibbio is going by now? The Argentine dagger?
I like the way you said it, though.
Yeah, it's definitely like a creepy nickname.
You put some emphasis on dagger.
But
I like it.
The next fight on the card is Holly Holmes versus Yuna Kunitskaya. That'll be a fun fight. You got Nate Landwehr and Austin Lingo. You got Andrea Lee and Macy Barber. Is this KGB Lee? I don't like her, bro.
Cause she fucks Nazis.
Yeah, bro. I don't fuck with people who fuck with Nazis.
No. She doesn't fuck with them. She literally fucks them.
Yeah, bro. And so it's one of them things where, like, a lot can be said about someone's character by looking at the company that they keep, and that's some fucking suspect ass company, and so she's got some suspect ass character in my world, right?
But I'm not gonna lie. If she was like, "Hi, Noe," I'm like, "Hey, what's up, KGB Lee?" She's like, "Hey, you want to fucking kiss me where I pee from?" I'd be like, "Yes."
Bro, if KGB Lee wanted to fucking wrap them legs around me and submit me, go for it. Whatever. But but I'm a fucking animal, bro. Like, we're men. Like, bruh,
you could slap my mom and I'd be like, and you're hot, I'd be like, yeah, that was fucked up what you did, but you gonna come by later?
That made me angry, and I'm gonna fuck you angry later now. What's up?
Yeah, you shouldn't have slapped my mom, but you still gonna sit on my face?
Take this out on your fucking cervix later, bitch.
We've said enough.
Oh, we're definitely getting canceled for the fucking cervix. For the cervix.
We're not gonna get canceled. We're just gonna be looking.
Bring me 2 coffees. I need 2 coffees in the morning.
We're not gonna cancel because we're fucking nobodies, but we're definitely gonna look like fucking idiots.
Well, it's like one day we're gonna make it.
You're not wrong.
Fucking nerf this shit from space.
Oh shit.
Hold on, but by the time I make it, I'm hoping that the fucking society will have like dipped away from the woke craziness.
Bro, if I ever quote unquote make it, like I better like delete my Facebook and like. Because the dumb shit that I've said, that I've looked at like in the past couple of years, I'm like, I can't believe I said that. That's fucking stupid.
I was so cringe. Bro, the shit that I was saying whenever I was 18. Bro, there's stuff that comes up from whenever I was 18, 19, and I'm like, God damn, that guy was woke as fuck. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it wasn't even a matter of being woke. The problem was I was so easily influenced by the people around me when I was like 19 and shit, 20. Where now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
it's like I said to you earlier, man. I don't look to my peers for the truth. I look to me. I'm the truth.
No, I
get
it.
The truth, I look to me, and so. But that's the thing about being young. You identify with your social status and the people around you and shit.
Yeah. No, this was more recent. Like, and when I was making reference to somebody, I was like, yeah, and then motherfuckers talking about. I'm like, yeesh, maybe it's not just me. It wasn't so much a matter of judging them based off my peers, because there's definitely a lot of people where I'm like, nah, he's cool to me. If you don't like him, that's not my fucking problem.
I was referring to. you measuring up to things in the past whenever you were young. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I get it. But you all, anyways, who cares?
I
Anyways,
ain't trying to fucking have a conversation about Ozzy Moon on my podcast. Oscar Muniz can fucking
fuck Oscar.
Oscar Muniz can lick my taint, bro. I love that dude to pieces.
Ozzy Moon, Jackie Moon.
I love him because he'll lick my taint. Yeah, I'm definitely bisexual with those comments like that.
That's cool.
I'm not attracted to Ozzy though. You know who I would fuck? Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
That fucking guy.
You'd fuck him, or you let him fuck you.
Him and Drive. I'd power top that dude from. I'd power top that motherfucker.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You're big ass on top of him, Ryan Gosling. I love you when you're a Musketeer.
You're giving people the worst visuals right now. We need to stop. Listen, if we had people viewing, they're stopping now.
Yeah, no shit. You guys are cellmates all of a sudden.
But all right, so just to wrap up,
he's all clean shaven. He's dressed like Ken and Barbie and shit.
No man, he's got that fucking scorpion jacket on from Drive, bro. I'm a bust one on that scorpion jacket.
You're just fucking.
God damn it! How is this conversation getting gayer and gayer? That's not not what's supposed to happen.
We're here now, dude. What do you? Jesus
Wasn't I just
Christ.
talking about how I can't wait for society to not be so woke? And I'm like, let's fuck Ryan Gosling in the butthole.
This cute little pink butthole.
Yeah, we're all pink on the inside.
He's pink on the outside too. Anyways.
Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
All right, enough of that. The fights.
So
Jesus
then we've
Christ.
got the last couple fights that I want to talk about, or I even just mention, really, are Alex Perez and Manel Coupe, and Chidi Njoukwane.
Oh, dude.
Albert Duraev.
Have I talked about Chidi before in the past?
Yeah. I think something about you trained with him or knew somebody who trained with him.
No, I didn't train with Chidi.
What was the?
I trained with the guy who fought Chidi and Chidi's
That's right. You have
debut
the guy
fight.
who fucking fought everybody. You have a buddy who's fought every fucking body. I remember this now. Yeah,
Kind of, but not really. Yeah. One of my teammates has fought some fucking pretty interesting people. Chidi's debut fight was against one of my old teammates, and 17-year-old Chidi lit up my old teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But it's like, it's fucking Chidi and Njoukwane, dude.
Yeah. The guy's built like a brick shithouse.
He's a fucking specimen. And
Absolutely.
finding a little Mexican.
A fucking unit, bro. A fucking unit.
So, but yeah, it's funny to see. Like, I mean, my old teammate, he fucked me up, but like just to see it, and it's like, yeesh. I mean, look who Chidi became.
Yeah. I mean, he was the truth. Yeah. Y'all flew too close to the sun that day.
Woo! Yeah, we pulled some Icarus shit there.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because somebody once, when I was younger, people were like, well, because they know that I would train, and they're like, hey, why don't you fucking get in there again? And I'm like, dude.
It's like, bro, because they say MMA math doesn't matter, but it does. That guy beats my ass every day, and that guy got his ass beat. I know how fucking big the sharks are there, and I don't want it.
Well, that, and also, like, but we're separated by weight, like so many weight classes, me and my old teammate.
Yeah.
Like, and when I was in shape, I walked around to like 130, 135. So it would have been a stupid cut. Actually, I was, never mind. Yeah, no, I walked around at 135, 130. But I was like, that's when I first tried to do like a practice cut, and I was like redlining. And like, so I was like it was before you actually do the fucking, the water load and then dump all that. Mm-hmm. I did it just to see how low I can cut, like on a strict diet. And I got to 130. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm 5 pounds away from where I wanted to compete at when I was like, it was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
13 years ago. And, but anyways, I'm fucking 5'4", bro, like I mentioned. For like the fucking 50th time. Like, I was like little and light. But anywho, like, what I was trying to tell somebody was like, they were like, yeah, you should compete, you should try again. And it was like years have passed, like, and I was like, no, dude, I'm like, you know, I was like in my late 20s, I'm in my late 30s, I'm in my early 30s now, but at the time, they're like, you should try. And I'm like, you don't get it though. Like, I can be like a fucking weekender trying to like get back into shape, make the weight just to fucking get like an amateur fight or whatever, or even like if I try to do a pro fight like on a smaller league, and the kid across the cage could have been me 10 years ago, you know, or, you know, and that kid is hungry as shit, and I don't know that I'm going to fight a future champion. And so it's like MMA is the repercussions are so fucking like big.
It's real.
Yeah, the repercussions are so real that like you can't dip your toe in the water just to be like, I just want the experience. It's like that kid across the cage. I don't know who I could be finding just some fucking monkey like me.
It might also be Khabib Nurmagomedov's first fight.
Exactly.
It might also be Cheaty's fucking first fight.
Exactly.
He might
And
get
that's
fucking slow roasted by a fucking freak.
That's what I was trying to point out to somebody. Is like it's not a game. It's not a sport like those.
It's all fun and games whenever you want to talk about it, but like whenever you got to fucking sign up at the amateur level and go fucking or at the like lowest end of the pro level and go fight somebody that you ain't got no fucking tape on, who's might be a fucking absolute world beater.
Yeah,
like,
you could be fighting fucking John Jones and you have no idea, and he has no idea. He's hungry and he's a fucking animal.
bro, someone got fucking eaten alive by John Jones in John Jones' first fight.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so,
and that could have been you. And, like, that's what people... It's like business ownership. People are like, oh, man, you fucking are a business owner. That's so cool. You can make all the money in the world. It's like there's no ceiling, right? Everybody loves how there's no ceiling. And, right? And people are always talking about, like, look at how high you can fly. But the people who are from the outside looking in fail to recognize that there's also no floor. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I could fly real high, but I could also fucking fall infinitely. I could fucking get put in a coma by a fucking maniac in the fucking octagon because I wanted to dip my toes in and see. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the real life potential repercussions. And so
yeah,
like,
and there's a lot of guys who are fucking like world beaters in the gym. I could have a few good rounds at the gym, and it might be my night, or might be my day, like training, and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like I got the better of somebody, but I know that the person my training partner is also holding back though. He's not trying to hurt me or whatever. He's probably working on a certain something. So, but in a fight, to just go 100%, it's like, yeah, dude. No, people don't get it. People do not fucking get it. You don't dip your toe in the water. You don't just want to. The repercussions are so fucking big, are so real, and it's just like, yeah, dude. I think that's why you never fucking know. Like my old teammate didn't know he was gonna fight in Jane Kawani, who was gonna be like the big leagues, like a future contender. Like, so it's just like, dude.
it's one of those things where you as someone who's been there and been on the brink and who's had to take that nut check yourself are going to be so much better able to respect and appreciate what goes into actually going out there and performing.
Oh, dude.
Right? Like, whereas even someone...
I haven't even been there. I've just seen from the outside, like, peeking in, like, whoa.
Well, but it's like, and you've had to like weigh the decision, right? Like you were like considering it, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You looked down the barrel and was like, is this really something I want to fucking do here?
Yeah.
And like, and like that's the difference, right? Is most people want to talk about how they'd act if someone pulled a gun on them, right? And you don't know how you'd act until someone has a gun pulled on you. And everybody likes to say, oh, well, if I was training, I would go do X, Y, and Z. But people don't realize that's effectively like that's metaphorically staring down the barrel of that gun. And you got to decide whether or not you want to take that shot.
If I was you, well, you're not me.
Yeah, you're
and
not.
you don't even, yeah.
No, if you were me, you'd be doing the same shit you're doing right now. If you were me, you wouldn't be fucking training. If you were me, you'd be sitting on your fucking ass. If you were me, you wouldn't be even remotely as close to taking a fight as I am. If you were me, you'd still be living your fucking life because that's how you are.
Yeah, and I remember when I was...
You wouldn't be a fucking more of a killer because you're in my fucking body. No, I'm where I'm at because I fucking work like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You from your fucking cubicle are going to go, well, if I were you, I'd do this. Motherfucker, you are me. Why aren't you working out? You go fucking put in that work if I were you. No, we are all the same fucking human. We all have the same fucking opportunity, bro. And you had that same opportunity and you didn't even go fucking train. Much less get anywhere close.
It's funny you say that because it's a conversation I had with an old high school buddy. Is like, when I started training in my late teens, and one day it was me, him, and his girlfriend, and not to fucking stroke my ego or whatever, but like, I don't remember what the fuck I said. And then his girlfriend was like, really? Like, no, he would. Oh, because it was the hypothetical. We were having the hypothetical talk. And I don't know if his girlfriend asked, like, oh, who would win between you and Fight and Noe? And I think he said, well, Noe would win. What the fuck? You know, he's been training. And he's like, really? And because he was taller and I'm like a little dude. He's like, really? No, he would beat you? And then, like, he's like, man, if I was fucking training, if I was him, I'd be training, I'd be fucking him up. And it's like, you don't know that. You don't know. You, like, oh, first off, why aren't you? And second off, like, I'm training and you're training too. Just because you train doesn't mean you're going to be better than me also.
Yeah, just because you're going in there and throwing right crosses doesn't mean you're going to have any actual disposition towards violence. Doesn't mean you're going to have any actual fucking willingness to put yourself into. You might be too risk averse.
Yeah, I think I just got offended. He's like, well, if I was training, I'd fuck up Noe, and it's just like, well, why aren't you? And you're not going to. Don't say this hypothetical like I'd fuck you up. I'm like,
maybe.
Yeah. But
maybe at best. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I always hate it when people are like, well, if I was in that situation, motherfucker, walk with your feet and put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
Then. Like, nothing is fucking stopping anybody from doing anything, bro.
But also,
listen, people who talk like that are like metaphorically a cat in a cage with no ceiling.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I'm stuck here. I can't go do that. And it's like, bro, fucking go do it.
But it also gave me a reality check not to fuck with certain people. Like, that guy's kind of big. I'd rather not get hit by him. I've been hit by a guy that big. Like, that don't feel good. Like, it also gave me a reality check, and it humbled me more than anything, to be honest. Where I was man enough to say, like, no, that guy would fuck me up. Who are you training? I was like, no, dude, he's fucking big. I'd rather not find out the hard way.
Man, at the end of the day, bro, it doesn't matter how good you're trained. If you put someone in a perfect rear naked choke and they're strong enough to peel you off, there's nothing you can do.
Size doesn't matter. I don't care what anybody says. Size doesn't matter.
If they can reach up and grab your fucking arm and pull it off because they are that much bigger and stronger than you, there's nothing you can do. And I know because I've been there. I've wrestled with a human who was so much bigger and stronger than me that there was nothing I could do. There's nothing you can do. There's no technique. There's no want it more. There's no get angry and see red. There's none of that.
I hate motherfuckers that say that.
None of that bullshit that people talk about, bro. Like, when it comes right down to it, there are fucking levels to this being a human shit. There's reason why there are fucking 7-foot tall humans who go and make millions of dollars to play fucking professional sports because they are that much more physically fucking capable than either of us.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that it is really important that people recognize that shit. And
a lot of people don't like to be humbled, and a lot of people just don't. Like, it's okay. Like, some of us are not the best at everything, and it's okay. Like, we're gonna lose fights, and it's like it's the macho thing. It's
one of those things where guys are only like that when they're insecure.
Yeah.
Guys are only like that when they ain't lost a fight. Guys are only like that whenever they haven't been physically dominated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's guys who like it's like a fucking chihuahua that hasn't been smacked upside the fucking head in a long time, and it's just like, well, I'll fuck you up, Pitbull.
Oh, you know what's crazy? My buddy used to call me the chihuahua that did a lot of barking, no biting. That same one. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, mother, I'm coming this close to saying his name. He's like an old buddy, and it's fucked up because we're not friends anymore, and I kind of actually miss his company. But anyways, he was like, oh, you're all barking, no bite. You're a fucking chihuahua. And it's like, what?
It's like, actually, I go to the gym and get my ass beat all the time. Like,
no, this was before I trained. This was like when we were like in middle school.
Well, fucking there you go.
And it's just like, what? I was like, dude.
Fucking of course, everyone's all bark in fucking middle school.
Yeah, or like in high school. But anyways, like freshman year. But I remember being like,
sub-17,
what I'd always tell him, I was like, well, then let's go outside. I was like, I don't mind getting fucked up. You can kick my ass. Like, and my ego's not gonna be bruised. But like, let's fucking find out because I'm pretty confident.
That's fucking respect, bro. I like to tell motherfuckers all the time, I'm ready to take an ass whooping.
I've taken a few.
Like that's the real life worst case scenario is we're gonna go roll in the dirt and you're gonna get the better of me, and I'm ready for that. Like, that's the worst case scenario, and I'm prepared for that. And most people haven't had to endure that worst case scenario, and so they're terrified by it. You know.
Well, I also had an older brother, so he'd fuck my ass up all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the first concussion I had was because of him.
That's funny as shit.
I don't remember what it was, but we were like face to face with each other, and he pissed me off, and I got frustrated with him always bullying me, and I took a cheap shot at him, and I literally just turned his cheek like that, and he looked right back at me. It was like a shot, and he looked at me like, this little motherfucker, and like, this motherfucker had already hit puberty. And I was like 9 or 10 or, and he had already hit puberty. He was like 4 years older. And he just fucking mollywopped me. I don't remember him hitting me. I just remember being on the floor and crying. And then coming to him and be like, ah!
That's so fucking funny. I think that's a perfect place to end the podcast. Is Noe sharing with you guys what it was like to be
Child abuse
by his older brother whenever he was 9 years old.
We fought again. We fought several times, but like,
Bro, my brother hit me with a golf club.
Well, look at the size of you. I don't know. I
that's
would
what
hit you.
I'm saying.
I would hit your ass with a golf club too.
I ain't even mad at him.
I'd hit you with a golf club now.
And I was big brother too, and so like I'm big brother and big brother, and yeah, I ain't even mad at him.
Now,
like,
I mean,
it made him fucking tough.
like in like in my 20s, after years that I had trained, we boxed, and like I got the better of him, and it was just like, hey, guess what?
Hey, you remember?
Hey, you remember,
Hey,
motherfucker?
You remember?
Yeah.
But at any rate, guys, that's a wrap. This is Armchair Mixed Martial Arts. That's the wrap on our UFC 286 review. This is Joshua, as always.
I'm drunk.
That's Noe, and he's having a blast. We're having a blast. Hopefully, you guys had a blast too. Shout out Electric Jellyfish. You guys fucking give me some money. Sponsor my
These
ass.
are strong, and I also haven't eaten today. That's no excuse, right? Is that ever an excuse?
In real life, if you have food in your stomach to absorb the alcohol, you will get drunk slower. That's just a fact. And so
right.
it's a fact. But either way, I hope that you guys enjoyed listening to this as much as we enjoyed doing it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
See ya. Have a good one.
That was fun. It really was.
I gotta piss again.
Monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth, monkey mouth.